Am I live? All right, we are live. We are live. We are live. Make sure we get this out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I don't want to actually delay anything. Uh, don't want to actually delay anything. Why does that say tweet? Deshae Frost is actively clapping back. Deshae Frost is actively clapping back, and I was gonna wait until about 8:30 to do this. I was gonna wait till about 8:30 to do this, but I mean, it's actively happening. We need to get in here. We need to react to what Deshae Frost is saying. Shouts out to the 81 in the building. Let the notifications go out, go up, all that different stuff like that. Let me make sure on the YouTube side we've got everything covered. We've got everything handled. Your bias. You can't report news. And I do see some people. There's people in the comment section that have different POVs on this whole Kai and GiGi and all this other stuff that's going on right now. I didn't even know my brother was home. Let's tap in real quick to listen to what Deshae has to say. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is it? Where is it? All right, there we go.
Fucking times. I live for this shit. I live for this shit.
I don't think he's actively.
I do this.
I don't think he's actively said anything about what he's done in this regard.
I motherfucking do this. The hell?
I got my snacks. Get your snacks. Get your snacks.
What the hell? That shit crazy.
How does my mic sound now? How does my mic sound now?
You was there at the birthday at the shit. I don't even want to get it.
Does my mic sound bad? Tell me.
NBA one, please, bro. I love your music. I fuck with you. Please, like dead ass. Like I'm just trying to protect my name and my, you know what I'm saying? Like I love the album. Keep it going. I love it. Okay. Boom. Reason. Brooklyn. All this shit. GiGi.
They sturdy.
Fuck. It goes deeper than just Kai, bro. It's
hey,
not
brother.
just
We're
like
not allowing no ad,
Kai, bro. It's deeper than that, bro. It's like, bro, the way you made my sister feel, bro. Like I'ma always ride for my sister. She might not fuck with me because she don't want me this, but I don't care, bro. Like, no, bro. You're not finna try to tarnish my name and make me fucking nothing and everything that I fucking built all these years and coming back and doing shit. You're not finna make me and try to destroy my image and my character when I'm really a great person.
Top of this shit, you don't know how to spell roommate?
Bro, I mean, GiGi, you made my fucking sister feel like she was nothing. Nothing. Talking shit about her, bro. She count you as a sister, as a friend, bro. As a friend, bro. She loved you, bro. She dead ass loved you. Always involving you in everything, doing all this shit. And for like you to like stop talking to her and all this shit is fucked up. Like, bro, what's the reason why she's here? She didn't feel like she had no friends in Atlanta, bro. You was her only friend.
Just don't hit Deshae.
You was her only friend, bro.
Deshae, let's move on.
And sometimes Brooklyn don't want me to do it, but I gotta take a big brother role. Bro. I'm sorry, we might not talk, but that's what it is. Brooklyn, GiGi is not your friend. She called you all that shit, whatever, but she hadn't talked to you since then. Since talking to Kai, breaking up and dealing with Kai. You never got a call. You never got anything.
We don't care about Brooklyn.
She did it. GiGi told Brooklyn that I'm gonna stop talking to you because I feel like I'm gonna fuck y'all up, bro. She told Brooklyn we should stop talking because I feel like you're trying to be me.
Yeah, this is for the girls.
I feel like you're trying to be me.
It's not hitting. This one for the girls. This
Brooklyn, you are funnier than GiGi. In every aspect, you are better than GiGi. She is jealous of you. She can't be funny. She can't do this shit. She can't come on, be a TikTok name and do all this shit and go crazy. She felt threatened by you.
Whether
You can't see it because as a nigga, bro, I can see on the outside looking in. You can see it, bro. I can see that shit, bro. How y'all together for so many years, but then you come around, Kai, oh, it's done. Come on, bro. You having my sister feel like she none, she not funny, having her depressed, all this shit because she gonna listen to what you say. I'm her brother. She not gonna listen to me because I'm just yabbing. But you somebody I think that she should trust.
This don't got nothing to do with.
She gonna listen to your friend. I'm gonna listen to DDG, his input, whatever.
GiGi.
But you tell her, oh yeah, I feel like you trying to be like me with the makeup and the skincare and all this shit. Bro, what?
Hitting
Brooklyn, man, Brooklyn will wrap laps around you. I don't even know your real name, GG. And that's the thing, bro. You see that as a threat, so
I'll mute it so y'all can hear me. What I'm saying is nobody actually cares about what he's saying right now. Nobody actually cares about if I see why y'all can't hear me. My bad. I had everything on the same level. Nobody actually cares about what he's saying right now, right? Him talking about the relationship between GiGi and Brooklyn isn't even the crux of the situation. He's just trying to add 10 to what's going on. But we don't really care about that. I promise you we don't care about that.
Here. And that shit fucked up, bro. That shit is fucked up.
He should leave this to the girly pops.
It goes deeper to Kyle. Like, I just gonna always ride for my family, bro. And ride for, like, and protect my image when you try to say some shit, bro. And that shit is just fucked up, bro. And I would never, ever wish that on somebody and tell them that some shit like that to ruin them, bro. That shit fucking crazy. But, like I said, bro, Kai, bro, you could take away my streamer U2 ticket. It is what it is, bro. You could block me, bro. It is what it is, bro. It's all good. I sent you a text. I sent you a voice message before just to let you know that I will be speaking about this. I didn't want to call her. No name, no nothing. I just wanted to say straight facts, bro. I love you, bro. Literally, you've helped me. You changed my fucking life, bro. You changed my fucking life, bro. And even if she said, oh yeah, he don't fuck with you, whatever, G tell he don't fuck with you, like, you don't know, he don't fuck with the shit. If you don't, bro, it is what it is, bro. I'm grateful to be a homie. I'm grateful to be cool. It's respect, bro. But I will never, ever let nobody ever try to play on my name and play on my family, nigga. What the fuck? Never in my fucking life, bro. Never in my fucking life do some shit like that. I don't care, bro. Can I get a fucking amen? Amen. But, like I said, though, shout out to everybody, bro. Shout out to people, whatever, chat. I'm gonna end. I just want to get this shit off my chest. My phone blowing up. I know she texted me. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Brooklyn, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Kyle, I love you. GG, your time has come. It's over for you, bro. Whatever you want to say, I will never speak about this shit ever again. I'm done. I'm not going to give you that much fucking content or whatever the fuck you want to do. You could do your fucking...
Oh my God. How we get here with an ad? Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not what's her name? Young Miami? What's the Young Miami song? You know it's T. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're not listening to this ad for Deshae Freaky Frost. I should really refresh this shit. I'm not subscribing. I thought about subscribing to support the young brother, but I'm not. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Maybe I missed the clip, so I'm gonna go back and listen to the clip. This young brother done missed a bunch of different things, and that's not what we wanted to hear. That's not what we wanted to hear. We wanted to hear, if you had conversations with that young woman at the age of 13. Everything else for you, my brother, it don't even really matter. Are we back? Who this? Who this?
40,000! 30,000!
Oh, this who you decided to raid?
No way! No way! No way!
Okay, I guess Deshae decided to raid.
No way! Oh, are you serious?
Well, hold on.
way! No.
Let me
way,
pick a
bro.
future
Hold on,
song to
bro.
put on top of
I
this.
need a good song, bro. I need a song.
Yeah, we don't care about that, big bro. Not gonna lie, we do not care about that from you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the 478 that's in the building. You know it's T when you see them two fingers touching. Hey. It's tea time, it's me time. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to everybody for showing up and showing out and really doing their thing on the latest uploads from the team on Meezy. Shit, I'm on Meezy. I don't know what to tell niggas. We got about 478 pushing 500 in the building. We are about to go bonanzas. The reason why I'm doing this live stream, partially, is because there are some people that feel like I am dead wrong in these situations. I want to watch the video with you all. Oh, okay, here it is. Here's the video right here. Thank you. Thank you, Timo Meezy in the DMs. Thank you, Timo Meezy in the direct messages. Whoa. Thank you, Team Omeezy in the DMs. We do actually have Deshae Do That Did Frost denying any claims that he did try to date her seriously. Explains he would flirt with anyone for content.
My point is, bro, you were trying to do content, getting these videos, doing these streams, and that was fucking funny. But then when it came to a point where like the biggest streamer in the fucking world came and had interest, you left. You like, all right, fuck this shit. You knew what to do and you leech off that shit, bro. And that's why I feel like, bro, asking you out, that shit was not fucking on some shit where it was like, oh, I fuck with you. I genuinely wanted to fuck with you. I fuck with anybody. I flirt with anybody. I'll flirt with a fucking hookah if it got legs. I'll flirt with hookah if it got fucking legs. I don't care, nigga. I wasn't trying to cuff you. I wasn't trying to be on your dick. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Do you know who I am? I'm Deshae Frost. I'm fucking easy, nigga. I'm fucking easy. I flirted with somebody else the next day. I'm trying to make it. What the fuck? So don't try to make it seem like I was on your dick or I was on your dick and I wanted to do all this shit because I was jealous and all that shit. What the fuck, nigga? You got me fucked.
Yeah, my brother in Christ, that's one of the worst explanations I've ever heard. The claim was that she was 13/14 years old. You shouldn't have said that. That did not help your case. That actually made you seem worse than you did seem before. He acknowledges that he was doing that stuff. But just acknowledges the fact that he does that with anybody. Wow. Hold on, we got some more. We missed some of this stuff.
Brianna, that shit was real. You was over there texting, you was talking to NBA YoungBoy because he texted you off the spam, and then he was like, oh, yeah. Oh, that was a spam and shit like that. You're trying to figure out, oh, yeah. This is NBA. I'm trying to figure out if it's real and shit. I'm trying to see if it's real. From a real source, from a close source. Talking about, oh, if me and Kai break up, it's okay because I'm already gonna be so lit. I can get the Drakes. I can get the young boys. I can get the weekends. I'm already gonna be at that statual level. How are you thinking about that shit already? That shit was not fake. From a close source. You're talking to somebody, asking them, oh, yeah. Is this NBA YoungBoy? I think this is NBA YoungBoy. He just hit me off his his spam. Brianna.
I can get the Drakes. Yeah, sometimes we just when we tell stories, we just gotta not put sauce on it. Don't stop putting sauce on certain stuff. Like it just doesn't end up going well. Let's see if there's some other stuff that we missed out on because I want to tell y'all. Shouts out to the 573. Like I don't believe she said that. I'm not even gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap. There's a lot of stuff I believe in this story. There's a lot of stuff I don't believe in this story. That didn't sound real. That doesn't sound real. Okay, hold on. Again, this is him trying to paint her as a bad person.
So that you can be able to get him alone and conquer and divide and conquer him. That's, you know who does that? The motherfucking devil. The motherfucking devil. YouTube video. Why are you putting more hate and exposing your man if you are trying to make sure your man's always there and in the best state? If you feel like he's depressed or going through all this shit, why are you trying to put this video out? And matter of fact, if this was so real, why the fuck does your YouTube video got ads? How the fuck I get hit with an ad on your video? If you want this shit, I click on it, I get a State Farm fucking ad. You trying to make money? You trying to make money? How you making money off your boyfriend's situation? How the fuck you doing that shit? Or your ex situation?
Yeah, that's also dumb. Deshae has yet to make a good point. Deshae has yet to make a good point. Deshae has only admitted the fact that like he did flirt with her when she was 14 years old. Deshae, you're not doing this. Is not a good job. This is not a good job. Wait. Here's another one. Here's another one of admitting that he was talking to her. He's not doing a good job. Shouts out to the 609 in the building.
Okay, I was 20 years old. She was she was 17.
If you were 20 years old, Deshae, I want y'all to keep up with me. Well, we'll do this like this. Deshae Frost's birthday is January 9th, 2001. He's 20 years old. GiGi's birthday, and he's trying to, now this is bad on Deshae. I'm not going to lie. This is bad on Deshae Frost. He should probably stop talking because this does not help him at all. GiGi was born January 21st, 2004. If he was 20 years old, what is that? What did I just say? 2004, and then what was Deshae born? 2001. We can do the math between 2001 and 2004. I don't know, gang. If you were born 2001 minus 2004, that's 3 years. You were 20 years old. She was, what do you say, 17? She was 16 going on 17, something like that. I don't know if that math makes sense. I don't know.
So I was in a relationship at the time, but she was she was 17.
There we go.
So I was in a relationship at the time, but I was in my cheating era. Okay, a nigga was cheating. So when I first heard about her or seen her, she brought her. I asked my sister, "Who is that?" She said, "GiGi." She had told me her age was 17. I said, "Okay, bet. It is okay." Because I promise you, GiGi cannot pull up any messages of her underage or any of that shit at that. Okay? I was 20 years old.
That's seemingly him refuting that he was of age, but he did say he was in his cheating era. He was in his cheating era. Let me go ahead and pull that off stream. I don't want nothing to pop up. It is what it is. Y'all know how my Twitter algorithm is. Yeah, I didn't hear too much that I didn't hear too much that's helping in this situation. Let me go here with this one of the defense of 17 technically in the state of Georgia is not underage, and I know that's what they're gonna get off. That don't make Deshae Diddy any less freaky. 17 technically in the state of Georgia is not underage, and I know that's what they're gonna get off. That don't make Deshae Diddy any less freaky. Somebody said I'm kind of biased and it's annoying. I would love. Oh, let me go ahead and get these people up on stream. Go ahead. I'm sending out the link. Now I applaud Deshae for doing what he needed to do and trying to clear his name. Not gonna lie, buddy. You and your cheating era is crazy. You and your cheating era is crazy. So I'm gonna help my brother get his commentary shit off the ground. Is Marcel streaming this right now? Is Marcel streaming this right now? Oh wow, we have somebody that actually popped up. All right, let's get into it.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What's your name?
My name's Cherish.
Cherish. Okay, Cherish.
Okay.
Welcome on down. How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Were you the one in the chat saying that I was?
Yes.
Oh
I'm over
man.
there fighting with your fans in your comment section.
Well, I don't want you fighting anymore. I want us to come to a nice
Agreement.
conclusion to see if I'm biased or not. But I think humans are biased, but I really want to get into this. So why do you
Okay.
think that I'm biased?
Well, I don't really know everything, but I do. When I first watched your video today, I was like, dang, he's putting belt to A. Like, he's not playing with Gigi. You were like, oh, the assistant, we're not gonna play with the assistant. I'm like, whoa, like what's the beef? I just honestly I felt like the girl was just coming to the internet. She's tired of getting bullied. I honestly don't think she texted NBA young boy. But and at the same time, I don't think she was even trying to use Kai Cenat either, because I mean she has money, right?
I mean, that's what she claims. I can't say. I'm not in her pockets. I'll say this. I personally can't 1,000% confirm that she was texting NBA YoungBoy. I'm not NBA YoungBoy. I'm not her, and I don't personally have those text messages. Right, based off of the
Right.
proof that we've seen, and I know people have been denying the claims of proof. It looks like she has sent DMs to what people are saying is NBA YoungBoy. I
Right.
can only go for what I got. That's one. Two. I understand the gripe that she may have with Bree. I think it's a little misguided though. And
Okay.
there's not a full understanding as to why, Bree would be as protective. Now, get it off at the end of the relationship. She getting it off. But based
True.
off of what I know, I don't think that the claims that she made about Bree are true. And I think she was going a little bit hard on Bree.
She was angry. She was. And which is valid, but everyone, I'm seeing a lot of people's commentary saying that Bree's been there since Kai first started streaming. So I mean, that relationship would be a little different than a assistant from last year. That's true. But I don't know. And then she went ham on her Instagram too. Not really, but she posted like two posts Bree did. It was the DMs with NBA and then like a video of Gigi and Kai talking on the phone. And I'm just like, okay, if you're an assistant, I don't know. I don't know. If you're an assistant, why are you going so hard to try to like prove your point with with his ex-girlfriend? For God's sake.
Well, let me and maybe you don't know too much. So my name is Omar.
Right?
I make commentary videos. Prior to me making commentary videos, well before the fame that they have now, I used to work for AMP. Shocker.
Oh,
Yeah, much shocker. That's where the bias lies. This is pre-Bree. Like I predate Bree. I predate the cameraman that got exiled, Chris, from Kai Cenat's Camping Collective. It was about 7 of us running around. Really, it's 7 of us, 6 members. I guess 8 of us. So I predate a lot of this stuff. The 6 members, agent's cousin, and myself. We were the only ones running around doing these things. So I remember coming in, or I remember Bree coming in. So, like you said, and even like she said, she's been there through all of it, all of the allegations, all of the people slinging mud, all of the people using for money. And I can acknowledge, even when my tenure was happening, people came in and saw AMP blowing and were trying to use them for money. People still hit me today thinking that they can get to AMP. Why? To use them for their money and their clout and their fame and their success. Right.
Right.
So I think for somebody who came in very genuinely, it does make a lot of sense to be very defensive about them. No different. I can acknowledge it. For the people that I have access to in my life, I'm not like I don't want to toot my own horn. I'm not just the everyday commentator on the channel. I've been around for a minute. I just haven't been front facing on the camera. I'm protective of the contacts that I have in my phone as well, because people like to use people. Hell, people try to use me on a daily basis too. And I know in your life, people try to use you and others around you. So you would be
Exactly.
protective of them as well, right?
Right.
Why is it crazy to believe that you would defend? You have a brother or a sister?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Why would it be crazy to believe that you would defend and try to shield your brother or sister from people that are trying to use them?
That's true. But there's different ways you could come about it. I didn't see Bree talk about nothing at all until Gigi made her post and was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
you BBL bandit." Like, whoa, okay, that's doing too much as
Out of
well.
pocket.
Yeah, that is. But I feel like at the same time, women, women go low. Women are in their feelings. And like, I just be like, well, can you cut her some slack? Like, she was with the most famous guy on Twitch ever. Like, and everybody's like, oh, well, she didn't even like him. Academic said that she was with young boy. It's just like, whoa, this is a lot. Like, this is just
Yeah,
a
and I
lot.
think I think what she even had to understand and what she needed to acknowledge, because and I don't know her dating history, but I know that who she was surrounding herself with beforehand. It's a different level of hanging around Jay does streams or Jake goes live to Kai Cenat, right? There's a jump. There's a
Right.
massive jump. One of them has 120 live viewers, one of them has 1,000 live viewers, and then one of them is breaking records in this live viewership every time he goes live. So there's a
Right.
different level of stress that's going to come into your life and in your relationship. And for what it's worth, you can either be that front facing person and try to fight it and combat it and push these narratives and do all this other stuff. And I don't want to say push these narratives, but fight these narratives and, try to attack everything on the internet. Or you can be one of the silent parties. Now, there are a lot of people who date these famous streamers, rappers, athletes, content creators, whatever, and they are a silent party. Um, I don't know if she did it the way that she should. She did. I don't think she handled it the way that she should have handled it. I'm gonna just be quite frank with you. Not saying that anybody putting any false narratives on her is right, but also coming to the internet where they make up stuff and you just add fuel to the fire does no benefit to you. It just doesn't.
But I remember, like, what, a couple weeks ago, she had made a post. First, it was Kai. I'm taking my mental health. We broke up. Then she went behind him, made a post, and then it went dead silent. And then, like, last night, that's when she posted her video. But not even with the assistant part. Let's talk about the friends, the homies. Did you bring that up in your conversation?
Yeah, I brought it up in my conversation. I'd love to address it. So Dez hit her up 3 years ago, 2021.
You're
And they
right.
started dating at the beginning of 25, end of 24. So
Right.
Dez hit her up or was DMing her 3 years before her and Kai got together. Is that crazy?
No.
Now, what I can acknowledge is crazy, and I wouldn't approve of it, but hey, the concept of Dez liking Instagram photos and stuff like that, and I didn't zoom in to verify anything or like that, but that's the claim that Gigi made. Hey, Dez was liking my Instagram photos. I would
Right.
think that that's crazy, but I don't think it's crazy for Dez to be um on her story, hearting things, liking things, saying that she's pressure or whatever he said.
You're
For
epic.
Yeah, you're epic 4 years before they started dating. That doesn't seem crazy to me.
Maybe if they had a conversation about it. But I feel like Dez was the type of person, like, when Gigi came around, he just shut up. Like, he acted like he never texted this girl, never had associations with
But even
her.
if he did, is that a like again? It's 4 years ago. Is that a problem?
I guess not. I guess not. But look how he's reacting last night. Look how he reacted. Like,
I haven't gotten to how you reacted, but I can almost guarantee you this is what happened, right? Dez, who I assume to be like sub 25, right? He's a young man as well. We can look up his age real quick. Dez age. We'll find it out in 2 seconds. BTB Dez. Dang, they just say, oh, 24, 2004. No, no, no. He's probably around the same age as Kai, right? So we'll just say
Okay.
he's a younger dude, right? 2001 makes him 24 years old. A couple years ago would have made him like ripe age of 21, right? As a young 21-year-old man, his Instagram is full of women. He's following a ton of women. Matter of fact, if we go to his Instagram right now, I can almost guarantee you he's following a ton of women.
Okay.
As he goes through his story, he's liking, he's hearting. As he goes to his little explore page, liking, hearting, putting shit on their story, all that stuff like that. Gigi just so happened to be one of them.
Like a explore page type of
It
situation.
might have been. He might have been following her. He might have thought she was epic. But is it crazy for him to just be liking somebody that he found off the explore page in her Instagram story 3 years, 4 years before she started dating his homeboy? Is that crazy?
I don't know. I
Well,
don't know.
let's put you in those shoes, right?
Okay.
You start dating somebody today. I'm not gonna make an assumption, young man, young woman, whatever. Um,
Okay.
oh, yeah. But you find out that your homegirl was on that person's story 4 years ago. What would you say today?
And I'm dating that person today. I would
You're
low key still feel a type of way.
why?
But I know I shouldn't. It's just that's how girls are. Like, come on. Like, you used to text my man, like before
Well,
he was my man.
and since you said man, I feel comfortable going forth with this. She wasn't your or he wasn't your man, and she saw some fine shit right on the TL, and she started DMing. Ooh, you epic, hard eyes, right? That's what happened, right?
Basically,
And
yeah.
then 4 years later, you get with him, and halfway through the relationship, you find out some way somehow that your friend was in his DM. Is that a problem?
No, but a discussion would have to be had. Do you
What would
still
you
like
say?
my man? Do you still think my man is epic? Like, what's up?
And what if she say, "Yeah, you got a friend that's bigger than you"?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. And
But
what if
I'm
she
pretty
say,
tall.
"Yeah"?
I'm pretty tall. I feel like we would have a conversation, be like, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable with you around my man. I mean, you already think he's bad, epic. You trying to pull up to the city? Like, no."
Is the man that you dating ugly? You know what? That doesn't even matter. I'm gonna say this. I don't think it's crazy. If 3, 4 years ago she saw that he was attractive, she might have been thirsting. She might have said six niggas was epic, right? But at that
Okay.
point, it doesn't really matter. This was just another dude that just randomly came on the FYP and she said he was epic. At that point, if you are holding that in from a couple years, like 4 years later, you might have the emotion in the moment. You'll probably get over it fast. That's not a bad thing, though, ultimately.
Okay. Okay, what about Deshae? How you feel about that?
Hey, brother, I have nothing to say about that. He said he wasn't 13. He said she wasn't 13, 14. That's what he said.
I never thought it was like a that age gap was such a huge gap. I'm just thinking like, he did try to mess with her when him and Brooklyn, her and Brooklyn were best friends. Didn't happen. Got kind of petty. Oh, I don't think you should be with her, Kai. Like, you know. And then when they broke up, he was the first one. Thank God. Thank God. Like that's not your friend.
Yeah, again, hey man, Deshae is
He's
that's
a
a freaky
character,
dude. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's a I mean, freak dude. I don't
That's
know
true.
what else to say about that.
Okay. Oh wait, I'll let you go. I appreciate you answering me.
But do you still think I'm biased though, Cherish? I don't. And
Honestly, I just I don't think you're biased. I just think like the way like you go about certain situations. Cause we had this good conversation and you did make good points. So I'm like kind of, retracting what I said. You did make some points. So you win. You win this
And
one.
I don't think it's a win or anything like that. I just think that you know, it's about coming to an understanding. You might hear me say something in a line, and in that line, I'm not elaborating on the thought process, so it might strike a nerve. So I'm not even saying that I'm unbiased. I don't think humans are unbiased. That's ignorant to say in most for situations. But ultimately, I think that there's more thought and logic behind what I'm saying, and I'm glad that we can have a conversation. This bag, is this a bag on your dresser right here?
No, this is my fan. I have artwork.
I
What are you
thought-
looking at?
I just thought it was Gracie's corner.
No.
Okay, interesting. Thank you, Cherish.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye bye. All right, let's get the next person up here, man. I don't know. This is JQ. Hey, how you
Yo,
doing?
what's going on, Meezy?
How you
Bro,
doing?
Omar, what you prefer me to call you by, actually? Let me know.
Omar is fine.
Yo, I've been watching your videos for a minute. I already know how your history is with AMP. I fuck with what you do, first of all. You know, I'm not unemployed. I'm just on my day off. So, you know, I had to tap in. But before I even get started, because I'm not gonna lie, seeing what you do, it makes me watch your videos. I be at work sometimes, ready to clock out. I'm watching your videos and I'm like, damn, like, you don't want to get into too much of these people's lives, but it's just like, bro, what the fuck? What are we doing? You feel me? And sorry for my language. Yo, first of all, we gonna talk about Deshae. This nigga is weird. He's weird. Point blank. Period. If you're grown over the age of 15, you cannot think this nigga's normal. Me and my homeboys talk about this nigga all the time. First of all, before we even talk about GiGi, this nigga, everyone knows it's public knowledge about the shit he does. That's crazy to me that people still rock with Deshae Diddy Frost. I'm not gonna lie. And I saw Cameron with the K in the chat. You should really add him because he really went off on this nigga, and he deserves it. Deshae deserves everything. Yo, Deshae, it's common public knowledge. Fact check me if I'm wrong. It's public knowledge that this nigga Deshae, did he or did he not give Brooklyn, like, pretty much groom her into the relationship with Jay Cinco? You feel me?
Hey, brother, I don't know.
And
That
I'm not
I'm
asking you
not.
to speak on this stuff. I'm not asking you to speak on this stuff. But what I will say is that there's just a history, there's a track record of this grown ass man doing stuff. Like, I look at him and I look at Rakai. I'm like, bro, out of the two of y'all, who's the grown man? Because Rakai be having some good mature moments I be seeing on stream, but then it's like, Deshae, you're already grown. Why do I see stuff of you and it's like, I can't be expecting this from a black grown man. Like, this is crazy. This is who kids are looking up to. You feel me? Like, I saw a clip of him in the store pretty much harassing this girl, and she was pretty much like, "Oh, can I F you? Can I F this at you?" And then her brother came up to him, and then he was on completely different timing. So it's like, bro, he's really like an internet troll, and like the other
I
girl
think
before
that young
said
girl
that.
was like underage too.
That so you see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, he needs to be stopped. He's really just. Bro, somebody in the chat said Jordan Puddle. Yo, I don't think it's on my dick. Y'all better relax. Y'all better relax. Y'all better relax.
I think your
But
mic is
it's
breaking up
like,
too. Ooh.
yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's like, oh, my phone's on 5. I'm cooked. Look, I'm gonna make it short, bro. At the end of the day, nobody should be idolizing none of these niggas on stream. You feel me? Because we're all human. At the end of the day, you cut Deshae, he's gonna bleed. You cut GG, she gonna bleed. We all cry, we all got emotions, we all got different layers and depths and things that we all go through mentally on a day-to-day basis. So there should be no reason that Deshae feels like he's big and bad enough to be going up on stream to be talking about. First of all, if I was this nigga, I probably would have let that shit die. Cause you know the internet, we have the memory of like a 3-year-old with the iPad, bro. Nobody's gonna remember this in the next couple of weeks. So if I was him personally and I was in this a messed up situation somehow, some way, I would have just let it die off. Because at the end of the day, and even when you was watching his response on live before he cut to the ad break, he was like, "Oh yeah, I tried to talk to Kai. I pretty much try to talk to this nigga. If he wants to take away my Streamer University 2 tickets, that's all the nigga cares about is just protecting his image and his brand. You feel me? So at the end of the day, it's like, bro, he's not genuine. You can't really rock with none of these internet niggas because nobody's who they really say they are. You feel me? Like, I fuck with you, Missy, but you probably give us a limitation to your character or your persona on the online. You might act like a whole different person when you offline with your wife and you feel me and y'all doing your own thing. So that's why I'm just not understanding how people don't see how comfortable he is being himself, and who he is just not a good person, bro. He doesn't. He literally said it himself. He said, "I didn't care. I would talk to her if she looked good for the content. If she was curvy enough." Like, bro, the stuff that, and then it's like you see Rakai on stream with him, hanging around him, and no adults really checking Rakai. And I'm not gonna do too much on Rakai because it's not even about him. But it's just like, this is who you got, people looking up to Deshae who end up becoming like Rakai, and then you have more people looking up to Rakai. You feel me? It's just a cycle, and it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going, and I just find it really frustrating because it's like, I'm not gonna say we, because I don't know who out of we made Deshae famous, but it's just like you making the wrong people famous, bro. At the end of the day, if you feel like somebody should be able to walk around in a public setting talking about, like, say it was your sister or your mom or somebody that you know, a female in your life that you know, and they talking about, oh, let me F the shit out you. Imagine that was your girl, your mom, your sister, your relative, and somebody felt comfortable enough going up to them with the camera without their consent, recording them. And then it's like, what if that person in your life didn't have you or a big brother to check that person? You feel me? This nigga is really a weirdo. And it's like, we can't keep pretending like this nigga's not. At the end of the day, it's like, bro, the stuff I've seen over the years with Deshae, and it's like, bro, I really feel bad for his sister too sometimes. Like, I know she be playing into it too. Like, they both, like, their whole family's low key weird with the content stuff. Like, I don't know, the mom, the sister, but I feel like it all stemmed with Deshae's hunger for this shit. You feel me? He was really hungry to make it. And at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the fact is, what limitations are you going to put on yourself as a creator for how far you're willing to go? You're freaking out your whole family. And it's like, bro, I can never imagine giving my sister away to a nigga who's damn near 20, probably like 3 years older than you, 4 years older than you, feel me? I'm not too sure on the dates. Y'all gonna have to fact check me. But it's like, bro, at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, chat, you can keep saying at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, bro, we should not be doing this, bro. This is weird. Kids are looking up to these streamers thinking,
No,
oh, this is the move.
I think it is too. Ultimately, like, and I'll save that piece of it for the end of it. But all of it is parasocial. You know, I'm gonna use my favorite buzzwords. It's parasocial, but it's what's keeping us unemployed warm during this cold.
Facts. It's like the same thing with the nigga Jack Doherty. You feel me? It's like you just watch these people's lives go off the train wreck, but it's like, when are we as the people watching going to try to step in and like stop this dude from do? It's not even it,
Nah,
and
we're
you
not doing
can't.
that. Now we're not doing
It
that.
no, cause look.
We're not
At the
doing
end
that.
of the
We're not
day,
doing
look. Cause we might not have to do it because this keeps the bills paid. I'm not gonna lie.
that.
The
I'm
more they
saying
mess up, it does keep the bills paid.
you
But
finna
look,
mess up the bag.
yeah. At the end of the day, though, it's just like, dude, it's the thing is, for me, it's just like, they clearly have no morality no more. When it comes to streaming, I feel like if you're a streamer, I feel like we can have this at like as a whole conversation on its own. But I feel like, if you're a streamer, you're going to at one point cross a threshold where you're going to either continue to keep your morality or lose it. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's like, bro, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do next, bro? Or what are we gonna find out next? You was talking to some girl when she was underage, bro. And then it's like we're also, the streaming industry is such a male dominated. You feel me? Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good female streamers like Cutie Cinderella, Extra Emily, all of them. You feel me? But at the end of the day,
Okay, you gotta stop.
what
You
are
gotta
we
stop. You gotta
doing?
stop. I gotta get you out
Hey,
of here.
no. Have a good night, Meezy. I really appreciate you. It's just like, bro, this is really frustrating to see this man going up on here screaming, acting crazy, and then it's like, brother, you're the reason all this is happening. What are we doing? What are we doing right now?
At the end of the
Hey,
day,
at the end of the day, y'all have a good night. You feel me? Take it
appreciate you,
easy,
Jordan
Meezy.
Puddle.
We will stay tuned for the next one, man. We will stay tuned.
All right.
But like, this gotta stop, bro.
At the end of the day, y'all. At the end of the day, shouts out to Atiaviana with a pear character flying in the air with a red cape and a smile on his face. Shouts out to you for the super chat. Hey, some of y'all need to start commentary channels, man. I'm trying to tell you. Because at the end of the day, I know somebody. You know, it's funny. Somebody's finna make a clip of you saying at the end of the day, I think that this is gonna be the most perfect thing in the world. Yo, hey, we got Cameron in the building. We got One Cloud in the building. Oh my gosh. God, this man George. I could not help but laugh. Look, I got some other people in the back. I got two people in the back. I wanted to give the opportunity for the people in the comment section of the video saying that like I'm biased or what's going on. I really want to hear from those people. This is from that one guy.
Oh no.
How you doing?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh man, for some reason the microphone not on. Do I gotta open up OBS for the mic to
the
hit?
camera?
Yeah, the camera, my fault.
I don't think you have to open OBS.
For some reason it's showing me my OBS.
Yeah, no, we see the OBS thing.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. That's weird. But yeah, you said you were looking for people who disagree with you. And unfortunately, I just heard you say that. And I'm like, I don't innately disagree. So should I leave?
No, I'll say this. Let me read this super chat. Look at Ronnie. Officially Ronnie in the building sending the $10 super chat. I don't have my normal soundboard. Shouts out to Ronnie. Listen, all my other rich friends in the chat, get to super chatting. Cameron, One Cloud. I better get to super chatting. I think I see somebody. Isn't Shell Beeks? Shell Beeks. I think she disagreed with me as well. I copied the link down below. Just click the link in the chat. This link that I'm putting in the chat will be the link to join up on stream. Because I think I saw some of y'all in the comment section disagreeing. Go ahead, that one guy though. For real, get it off. I want to hear from you.
Hey, look, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of this stuff I think is a little bit weird. The dude's always been weird, but I think for this to be what gets people to pay attention to how weird the guy is, I think that speaks a lot about just the way the internet works. Like the higher echelon you are, the bigger name you are. When you do something like that to a bigger name, then it just speaks a little bit louder, right? But the last guy said something that I just disagree with. I don't think the internet will forget. I don't think the internet has a short memory the way people talk about. I think the internet's memory is just extremely selective. They choose when they want to bring up something or remember something you've done before in the past. And normally when people say internet, quote unquote, they're directly referring more like to Twitter. Somebody will post something about you real quick if you've done something similar to it in the past, whether it be the first day, the second day, or a week after. You're gonna get like a twit longer about all the times, a compilation video of all the times you've done something bad. We see that happen to content creators all the time. Just recently, that dude who got his notepad thing blown up. Now everybody knows about the stuff he was looking at. Immediately right after, you go on Twitter, you see everybody talking about other people who had the exact same incident happen to them, and now in their individual communities, you got the same thing going on. They're just talking about that stuff all over again. It's just how the internet works. But the dude's weird at the end of the day. His actions have always been weird. But when it comes down to streaming, let's all just be honest. Y'all not looking too deep into it anyway. Y'all here to be entertained. And as long as his weirdness is entertaining you, you cool with it until it's brought directly to your face. Y'all get these people money. Y'all get these people views. Y'all get these people the entertainment. And y'all put them where they are. And then when you see who they are, because their pedestal is so high, they can't hide it from you. Now, all of a sudden, y'all want to kick them back down. Just maybe start looking a little bit deeper into these people beforehand. And when you already notice stuff about these people, maybe think about that a bit more before you decide to tell all your homies, repost and reblog everything they do, give them all this engagement. These are people I don't want around. So I ain't never messed with the dude since the first time I heard about him. I was like, that's a little bit weird. The way they use women in their stream, that's a little bit weird. I know Agent did it for a little while, but Agent's bringing people up with him and he's using it as an opportunity to like combine communities, boost himself and boost that person. It's just like a mutual thing. But when this dude does it, it's always it's exert at the end, But for me, that's just my opinion on it. It is what it is.
Listen, all y'all need to start commentary channels because y'all are magnificent with y'all's words and y'all are certified yappers.
Yeah, I got a podcast. It's how it be.
All right now. Are you going to promote it or are you just going to let it ride?
It's the Geeked Out Podcast. You ever want to sit and listen to some people talk about some geeky stuff, video games, anime, movies, media at large, this is what we do.
Okay. Say less. Appreciate you, that one guy.
No problem. Anytime, my boy. Y'all have a blessed night.
Peace. I see Jay Scribe is in the building. All my rich friends donate. Send a super chat through. We did have Shelby. She said she was gonna try to cut the camera on. I think she was one of the ones who was disagreeing. I want the disagreeers to come up for real. Like I'm being genuine about this. I want the disagreeers to come up. We got Malik in the building. How you doing, Malik?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Good.
You can hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear you properly.
All right. I don't disagree with you overall of your video. I just disagree with the part about the assistant Bree. That was it.
Okay. We're listening.
Like, I understand that you have like a history with AMP and Bree, which is totally understanding. But I feel like in a relationship perspective, if my partner feels uncomfortable with somebody else butting in to our personal relationship, especially if something's going wrong, I feel like I have to respect that in a way. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. The difference that I would say is, a healthy relationship, you with somebody and they have a problem with, let's just say it's your best friend or whatever the case may be. Healthy relationships would have conversations, come to some sort of compromise and do X, Y, and Z. There's only two things that I can acknowledge or can assume from this situation. They either had the healthy conversation and, it did what it did. They continued on. And now grievances are being aired because it's just time to get the shine off, or it didn't. And Kai just continued to disrespect the relationship by maybe avoiding the conversation or doing whatever. But ultimately, this wasn't like a deal breaker for her. Stuff continued to go on from there. So I'm more inclined to believe that there was a bigger conversation about this. And now, because the relationship ended, we're just having those conversations. I agree with you. Like, if somebody's infringing on your relationship, then that's fine. But somebody giving advice in your relationship or about your relationship isn't an infringement on your relationship. And what she talked about was, to me, not an infringement on the relationship. It was a friend giving advice. The only reason why it really rang off is because Bree is a woman. If she would have said, and Duke texted you talking about we gonna get through this argument or whatever the case may be, this would not be an issue. It just wouldn't.
Yeah, I understand. The part where GiGi started calling her like the BBL stuff, it went too far. It went too far. I feel like she could have handled it a different way. But I just disagreed about the assistant part. But I get what you're saying. I totally have an understanding.
Yeah. When does it become an infringement, like on the relationship? How can you identify what an infringement on a relationship is?
To me, it's like if there's a boundary set in the relationship, like you're not supposed to like like I said, like budge your head in it all the time or something like that unless like your friend comes to you about it. But if they don't come to you about it and you're always there, you're always like you always have an opinion, you're always saying something, you always like telling them to do this, do that. I feel like that's like overstepping in a way.
Yeah, and I see even in the chat, overstepping boundaries. If the boundary's not set or clear, then I don't know how somebody can say that. And then also, if what you're saying is fine and dandy, don't always butt in. If the dynamics of the relationship, the strife, the grief, all that other stuff is impacting the other relationship we have, because they don't just have a friendship, they have a working relationship. If you come to work mad because y'all are fighting, you damn right I'm gonna butt in, because now you're impacting the whole pie.
Oh, okay.
But that's just me.
Oh, I understand. Yeah. I fully understand.
Malik. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you speak. Yeah,
No, I'm finished.
Oh, you finished? Yeah, but that's just all I disagreed with. But I now have a basic understanding of where you're coming from, though.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, peace. I do see another person who disagreed with me in the video that I told I was gonna be on here. Mousy. I don't want to again mispronounce anybody's name. It's not intentional, not on purpose. Please join up. Please, let's have the conversation. It says Omar's biggest something. I can't see what the name is. How are you doing today?
Well, Omar's biggest hater, buddy. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right, man. Now this is the name on the thing is a little facetious. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I do think you missed with this video. All right. You saying okay? First of all, I think a lot of people are missing. A lot of people are hating on GiGi. First of all, but I feel like a lot of people are missing the fact that she like what are you supposed to do in that situation when everybody's because prior to I think you made a video covering the situation, correct? And you said like basically she was getting dragged from a fake tweet of academics saying she was messing with NBA YoungBoy. The whole internet ran with it, calling her a gold digger, this and the third. She comes back, disputes all the claims. Is now she's the bad guy. Now she's the one that she should have never came out and said this. She should have never. She's just defending her name for one, right? So when your name is getting dragged through all these false allegations and you fight back with that, what is the like? I'm trying to understand what the problem is with that.
Yeah, you should probably go back and listen. I think I made a video last year, I'm assuming, or if not on here, it was on my podcast about Shannon Sharp. I am anti-court of public opinion. I'm going to repeat that. I am anti-court of public opinion. Winning in the court of public opinion is not a win. Attempting to win in the court of public opinion, 9 times out of 10 will have you losing. The best thing that you can do, even if these salacious things are being slayed on your name, is to let it go. We're going to shut it down. Why? Because especially in these situations, you're going up against an already bigger entity. There is no real win. I know that sounds terrible. That sounds awful, but there is no big win. To be quite frank, this was not a situation. We forgot about this. This was not to be talked about. We were on to anything and everything else, right? We were on to anything and everything else. And then this was brought into our laps. I'm a proponent of not playing the court of public opinion game.
If I am making my money on the internet, I am a social media. I get a lot of my money from social media. My public reception matters. Everybody that looks at me, it matters how they view me. And I am getting dragged, being called a hoe, being called this, that, and the third. And then we got guys like Omar coming up on these videos saying, oh, yeah, she shouldn't have did this, she shouldn't have did that. There is absolutely no reason at all that she should be getting called a bad guy. And then also, if you guys are, I'm seeing people dispute her, like saying, oh, these claims are false, but these are real. And like kind of just going with that's the narrative.
Let me ask you something, because I believe she exists on different sides of the internet. And not saying that you won't have to live through some of this stuff. You're gonna get some heat. Do you think that after this situation, it's gotten better for her? Like I'm talking about remarkably better for her. Like things have gotten noticeably better for her because
are you saying after she
dropped this video and did her quote unquote expose?
I mean, I guess her name's back in the media again, but that's not necessarily a better. Like you're not feeling better about yourself.
She's not feeling better, but you acknowledge that she's not feeling better about herself. Do you think the conversation around her has gotten better?
No, it hasn't. Not at all.
So again, I don't understand what the conversation about the court of public opinion has done. It just doesn't do anything.
But even then, you still have to defend yourself, no?
No, you do not. There's no win. There's no win here. And not because I'm like, let me say this. This isn't because I haven't really passed out any harsh criticisms outside of like me going to bat for Bree, to be honest with you. I in fact, even in the Christmas list situation, I've defended GiGi quite a few times on the internet.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, for a majority of these people, there is no win. Like, there's no win. There's nothing that she could say that would have her be in a better light. In fact, people are calling her more of a whore. People are calling her more of a gold digger. People are calling her more names today because that video came out. People weren't talking about GiGi. The people that we weren't making videos about GiGi. There was no conversation about GiGi until she decided to do this. I get it. Do what you do. I understand that the emotions and stuff are real because you actually live in it. And what I'm saying is kind of hard to do. But at the end of the day, not speaking about it, in my experience from watching these things, has tended to fare better than actually speaking about it.
Whatever, dude. Like, I guess. Like honestly, it's whatever. It's a lot of illogical stuff you're saying, but whatever, dude. Like, whatever.
You think it's illogical?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like, you kind of sound like a hater. That's all. I'll leave it there. But whatever.
Well, let me ask you one follow up question before you skedaddle. Do you remember the Shannon Sharp situation that happened last year?
With the white girl.
Yeah, the white girl.
Yeah.
Do you think it got better or worse for him after he spoke?
It got worse after. But regardless, I mean, like, this is different, dude. That was completely. Come on, dude. You're trying to compare apples and oranges. Come on, dude. Whatever, dude.
I want to know a situation in which somebody has come out and defended themselves in the court of public opinion on the internet, and it's gotten better.
You're not wrong, but if I'm getting called a whore on the internet, dude, I'm gonna defend myself. That's all I know. But whatever, man. Whatever you say.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair. Let me see if this is. I'm gonna bring this person up. Oh, I see her. I see her. Shelby, we do see you. Let me bring up this first person, and then I'll bring you up afterwards. How you doing today?
Hello?
I
Oh,
I want to pronounce your name properly. Is it Muzi?
it's Mousy. Sorry.
Mousy. Mousy. Okay.
Yeah.
Mousy, how you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm good. A little nervous. I mean, I'm new to this kind of thing.
Let me. I'll say this, and I know I talk like this all the time. I'm not being stern. I'm not trying to be
Oh,
aggressive. But
trust me, I know. I watch your videos. Trust me. I don't have an issue with you. It's just like
that's
the
fair.
text, like, I was little, like, you know.
Yeah, I would like to have a conversation. So you said that.
Oh, hold on. One quick disclaimer. If anybody have an issue understanding me, please understand that I am from Jamaica, so my accent might be a little strong, but I'll try to speak as much English as possible so I could be understood.
No, the accent isn't like it's not super
Yeah,
duper
no.
prominent. It's okay. We hear it.
Okay, good, good, good.
Um. Okay, so you had a problem that I was a Bree shooter.
A bree, a bree shooter.
Yeah.
Okay. I get my issue with that is, and I feel like I experienced that kind of thing before, so I could kind of resonate in that sense. If me and you have a relationship going on, it's not like say we're just fooling around or we're just friends or whatever the case is. Like me and you are supposed to be like partners. I feel like it's certain if there's certain issues you're going to carry to the outside, you're going to carry to some. It. I don't understand why you carry it to somebody that you know doesn't like your girlfriend and your girlfriend doesn't like either. If that makes sense. And then on top of that, she don't have any. I feel like even as a friend, your friend shouldn't be in your relationship business to begin with. Like that's where the fall off of communication comes in because you know your partner. So if you explain certain things that your partner is doing to the person themselves, they themselves can explain themselves in that regard, and then you also have the understanding. But when you carry it out to somebody that doesn't care to get to know your partner in that regard,
Now,
you,
I'll say this from in my personal belief, I do agree with you actually. I'm not a person, I said it in the video, like I'm being so honest with you. I am not a person who even wants to know my friend's partner's name.
mm-hmm,
Like a full stop. Why? Because especially like, I mean, I'm 29, especially in my earlier 20s, these people are here today and gone tomorrow. The last thing I want to do is get caught up saying somebody else's name that was here 2-3 weeks ago the next time I see y'all. Right.
mm-hmm.
So I don't want to do that. But I can't fault somebody when they um do ultimately introduce somebody into the relationship. Like they introduce a friend and they say
You
these are
mean
like
really not to the relationship to your partner,
to your partner. I'm sorry. They
right?
introduce friends to partners and they do the mixing of all their different relationships that they got going on. And now people have 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really fault somebody for having 2 cents because you've involved me now.
But
And
it
we've
looked
been
like it more than the way how you just putting it together. It sounds like it's a reoccurring issue to the fact that where the two of them end up being button heads during that period of time. So it's like at that point, I don't see why you'd have make somebody feel so comfortable to keep speaking on it to the point where they themselves are exposing or leaking whatever issues y'all had. Granted, yeah, Gigi was the one that brought this forward or bring up Brianna in this sense. But then again, this is Kai. and Gigi's relationship. She shouldn't even have to have brought up Brianna in the first place if Brianna was minding her own business and doing what she was supposed to do.
Well, but if you made it my business, then is that Brianna's fault?
No, actually, that's Kai and Brianna's fault, to be honest. So I
How's it
don't even
how's it
think Kai
Brianna's
is very innocent in that either. That's
why
Kai's
would
fault.
that
And
be
then
Brianna's fault?
because me personally, I wouldn't want to get him tight. Like you said, you don't even want to know your friend's name. So if somebody going to keep coming to me with their relationship problems, I'm not at some point I'm not going to want to keep hearing it. Because then if I'm telling you, say, okay, this person is an issue, maybe it's separate, and you're going to keep going back to that person. Like I'm not going to want to keep having to, you know,
And I do agree with you. Let me ask you this. How old are you?
23.
I think that this is something, and maybe you are one of the younger people who don't do this, but I do think that this is something that younger people do. The only thing that I would also add is that another reason why maybe Brianna's business is because if we have something to do and you're fighting with or you're having a dispute with your significant other, this impacts the business side of things.
Mm,
So now we're supposed to be going to a shoot and you're arguing with GiGi, or you're supposed to be focused on this thing that we're doing and you're arguing with GiGi. So at some point, I need to get this settled because this ad that we're shooting is $30,000. This ad that we're shooting is my Christmas bonus, or we're on day 15 of Mafiathon and we got 15 more days to go. And now you're starting to get disgruntled and get out of it, but we can't. I need to keep you engaged. I need to keep you all this and not focused on that. So like I get it I get it from all sides. Like my personal life, I wouldn't do this. I'm not a fan of doing this. But if I'm
mhm,
brought into it, I don't want to have to deal with all the nonsense. So I'm going to try to solve the problem.
right. All right, let me ask you this question,
Mhm.
right? Referring to the whole thing where Gigi mentioned that Kai don't want to have male friends and that she had to sneak behind his back to talk to his male friend, which I do think is wrong. However, I feel like if you're going to restrict your girlfriend from interacting with other males in her life that she knew from a long time, you shouldn't feel so comfortable to be telling your business between you and your girlfriend to one next woman in a year corner just because you know her for a long period of time. How you feel about that?
Ultimately, if these things are true about the restrictions and all those things, I mean that's just toxic behavior. But is that also behavior that I would expect from young 20-something-year-olds in relationships? To be honest with you, yes. But
Mhm.
this is why when I speak on, because I don't oftentimes, I don't know how much you consume my content. I don't oftentimes talk about relationships and these other things on my platform, simply due to the fact that people are going to do what they want to do. It doesn't even have to make sense to me. It's what works in their household. I do things in my household that may not work for you. You do things in your household that may not work for me, but I just don't get into all these things. I don't think, personally speaking, any of that is okay. Is it something I would probably do at 21? Probably. I
I
don't
mean,
even
I've done
know.
it and I learned my lesson.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like
So,
it's something
yeah.
that people do when they live through and all these other things like that. Is it toxic? Yeah, I'm 29 though, so I think it's toxic. At 21 or 19 or whatever, that seemed like what normal people were doing.
I just want to preface this. I do, in this scenario, in the situation, I do feel like I is more in the wrong compared to anybody else. In regards to, like, I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that Brianna is a complete problem, because then she's only a problem because Kai Gana gave her that power to be that kind of problem, if that makes sense. But, like, I feel like when it comes to, like, even, like, past things that I've heard before, like say for instance the issue with Gigi's mother. What really stood out to me was when Gigi's mother mentioned that Kai did background checking on her, which is kind of weird to me because normally if you really want to know your spouse's parent, you just go to their house for dinner or some shit and get to know them. You don't do like a background check on them. That's kind of weird to me.
But I mean, they're different tax bracket. I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I'm not even
I
that
wouldn't even
involved.
want Bill if I was married to somebody with Bill Gates money. I don't even want him to do no background check on my mother. I feel like that's weird. If
Well,
you
yeah,
want
but
to know my mother,
then at that point, if that's the qualification to marry somebody that's like Bill Gates money, then you just wouldn't marry Bill Gates or whoever this person is with Bill Gates money. If they're doing background checks on people to have a better understanding, and that's the way they feel like going about it, then ultimately you wouldn't be with that person. I'm not
For
saying
your
it's right or right.
partner's mother, though,
Hey,
and
hey,
then to say that she's going to be bad for her brand, and it's just so weird. Like
and I
I
don't, but we don't even know. And this is again, this right here is way too to me for me for Omar way too into parasocial FC. I don't know that much. I don't even know if she's saying true things. I don't know, but at the end of the day, to me, um, I can't say that just sounds like a weird. Uh, the whole concept sounds
it is
strange to even
strange.
be in it, involved like with consuming it and believing what these people are saying and all these other things like that. But if that's how they conduct the relationship, then it's fine. Just don't be a part of it. There are people
Mm,
who I'm gonna make an assumption here. Are you with somebody romantically?
yeah,
You say yeah.
yeah, I am.
Do you share your location with them?
Yes,
Some people think that stuff like that is weird.
that's true. Some do. Some do it for stalkers reasons. Some do it for protection
Yeah,
reasons.
I share my location with my fiance. I think it's okay. But some people find stuff like that is weird. I just can't be the person to say like what you do in your relationship is weird. Especially if it's not like when we start to fringe on the whole like toxic abusive conversation, that's when I feel comfortable enough to say, okay, this is too much. But multimillionaire asking for background check on so and so on
I
surface.
understand doing a background check on your partner herself, because then that's who you're dealing with personally. But their parents,
Yeah, on surface, I can see a realm in which it would be possible. I need to know the extent of the background check though, too. Like I wouldn't know these things.
I
I
mean,
don't
there
know
could
enough
be
to really.
something in the background check to really like say, oh yeah, no, this is definitely like a very bad person. We don't know because we don't know what was found in that background check. I just
We
feel
don't
like the
know.
concept itself is just kind of strange.
Yeah, because you have a preconceived notion as to what a background check is. But we don't even know what he checked for. I don't know enough about that situation to even really comment on it, to be quite honest with you. I'm just saying I'm not so involved into this portion of it to even make comment. For real, for real. That's
I
relationship
just
stuff.
I just feel like if Kai is going to bring this thing to the internet, like bring it to where he's going to be like, oh,
I
I
didn't bring it
never
to the
want to get
internet.
married. I mean, in the sense where he put out that tweet, and we're let's be honest. You mean to tell me that when he put out that tweet saying, "Oh, I'm never going to trust women again," this, that, and the third, you think that that was just going to like go under the like he thought that was just going to go under the radar,
No, I don't think so, but I think things can exist in a vacuum and then
and then
die
on top
there.
of that, NBA young boy tried to call him, and then he still not. Well, according to academics, even though academics be academics, and but they said that NBA young boy is trying to reach out to him and tell him the truth, and he wasn't even trying to like respond to that either. So it's like it's a lot of things what kind of come together and kind of just made the situation seem kind of strange. Not to be parasocial with it, but it's like when everything's starting to put together, it's like if you're going to mention something pertaining to this to the internet, especially if you know that it's going to drag a lot of attention to the person that you are speaking about. I just think it's kind of unfair to the person to just leave it up to the internet to speculate instead of like just being upfront and straight. It's either you say something or just don't say none at all.
And
But
I
then
can
now it's the assistant doing all the talking for him. Like if it was a case where he wanted all of those stuff exposed, he should have been able to do that himself, not the assistant.
and I can even agree with the concept from that perspective. Maybe he should have spoke and it would have been better if he just didn't say these things. But in the same fashion as I sat on the fence, I guess, quote unquote, with like the Halle Bailey a DDG situation, a 21-year-old, 20, oh, I think he's 24 now, 24-year-old got out of his first real relationship. I expect him to tweet about stuff like this and not understand the consequences. Understanding now with my mature brain what he probably should have did, that's fine. But ultimately, I don't know. We're here now.
Mm. I mean, my main issue is that I just wanted to actually like see like the full, because I feel like the clips are kind of like bringing certain things down to some very specific to whereas like if you was to see like the full thing, you will kind of get the idea as to why she brings certain points to her argument. Because I
Oh,
don't think that
we
she
can
was
watch
trying to
the
be
whole.
materialistic when she was like, oh, these guys don't even buy him a book or nothing like that. I think she was mainly just trying to reference that as his friends, the same friends that was all excited when he's going through a breakup and all this extra shit. Like I think she was just kind of like bringing like a pattern, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
I don't think she was just saying, say, "Oh, you have to buy him that just to show that you love him, or show prove this or that." Like no, like they were trying to play her like as if she was not shit, and they were trying to play her like she only got a good lifestyle or this luxury lifestyle because she got with Kai. But she's letting y'all know, like, hey, I was able to afford to buy him this because this is my lifestyle with my money, and he would be able to afford to buy me this because that's his lifestyle and that's his money. Hence why she said to mind your tax brackets because not every other nigga can buy the girl a G wagon and their pockets won't hurt. Kai more likely could have afford to buy probably more than one G wagons if he really wanted to.
and I agree with that as well. Like I don't.
I think she was just trying to make it known, like, say, you can't be talking about me as his girlfriend saying that I'm not shit, but then I'm the one that's showing up for him the most, if that makes sense. I think that's what she was trying to say. I don't think she was trying to be materialistic in that regard. I think that was just pretty much an example to her point. That's why I say,
And I think that and what I was saying in the video was like that can be fine. She went the materialistic route. This is how this is being portrayed on the internet. That was a bad job of trying to make it non-materialistic in a conversation.
that's
Or
why I
when
say you gotta watch the full video
yeah,
because you're going to understand like this is the problem. Like we can't always like because we know. Remember, you put out a video about clippers. You know that these clippers just be clipping shit. You gotta actually like see exactly what she's saying. Cause at the end of the day, people are bashing her. So if she's going to clear her name, I feel like we at least owe that time to allow her to clear her name in the way that she chose to do it, and that's in her length of video, and not based on how other people wants to butcher it, so that people can digest it.
and I'll say this. I'll say this. We'll watch the whole video as a collective and see if we come collectively to a different conclusion.
Okay. And if you don't, that's fine. At least you actually went in and came up with your own due diligence. I was just saying, like, the take from the clips, it just don't align from what I've been seeing from the actual video.
That's what I was
So,
gonna say. I mean, I feel like I've consumed enough of it to still make that conclusion, but that's why I'm saying we can all watch it as a collective.
okay.
And again, it's not like the worst indictment on her. Maybe she's terrible at the wording, but at the end of the day, um, I understand the sentiment that she was trying to pass. I think that there's a way, or I'll say this: leading with the materialism in a conversation about materialism makes you look, yeah. But
But
with
that's
that
the
being
thing. She didn't lead the conversation with materialism. It was a part of the conversation, but she didn't lead with it.
leading the conversation with materialism is a is a if you're trying to make this claim about them, the pattern should exist more than the year that you have been existing with Kai Cenat. And I don't think she has enough data based off of what I've consumed to make that grand sweeping sentiment. How long has Dez been in Kai Cenat's life? How long has Ty Lil been in Kai Cenat's life?
I would say a good amount of time,
It's a good
probably when they
amount
were
of time.
young. And it's still kind of strange that he would then turn around and like her post. And then,
What's a good amount of time?
like, probably when they was younger. Like, I don't want to say much years. So, like, since they were, like, young, I'm
We'll
not
just say
sure how long ago.
we'll say 5+, right? I
Okay.
think we can even it's even trackable for like Punga that it's 5+. So
Okay.
do you think that and this is just your opinion. Do you think that she's justified in making the claims that these guys don't show up for Kai Cenat off the year sample size that they've been together?
I don't, I mean, I guess you could say that.
No,
But
what
at
do
the
you
same
think?
time, it's like, why would you stop?
What do you think?
Es- Especially when he's going through something mental. Like she said it like it happened recently and his birthday just passed. So it's like, why would you stop, especially at a time when he's going through stuff mentally?
Yeah, what I gathered from it was I think it's hard to make those grand sweeping generalizations when you've been here for about a year.
And
Um,
then remember, he knew that guy Chris from a long time ago, and we know that one
how long do you think he's known Chris?
longer than he know Gigi, I suppose.
Okay. Um, I appreciate you. Stick around. We'll watch the whole thing and then we'll see if we come to the conclusion.
Yeah, no problem. It was nice talking to you.
Sam, you did great. You performed great.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get Shelby up here. Shelby, how you doing today? Hello?
Is it me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it's you. Can you do me a favor? Refresh. The mic was crazy choppy. While we're here, I want to be clear about something. Gigi is 22. I expect her to do this exact same thing. And I also expect to listen to her, hear her out. And I understand why she would have like clap back and all that stuff like that. What I was saying to, especially the person before that was saying Omizi's biggest hater or whatever the case may be. I'm trying to give advice to somebody who's 22 as a 29-year-old who's been through these situations. I wouldn't have put that on the internet, Kai. I also wouldn't have responded in a video, Gigi. Like I just wouldn't have. I also wouldn't just have my relationship public on the internet like that, but I understand who he is and what he is and all that other stuff like that. I'm telling you, I just wouldn't have handled it like that. Is Shelby refresh? Shelby refresh. Let me send out the link again. Shelby was one of the ones who had a disagreement. I want to know the people in the back that have a disagreement. That's why I wanted to give her the opportunity. So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have done those things. The court of public opinion is not favorable. I don't care what nobody says. And trying to do these explanations and different things like that. We're waiting for Star to come up too. Yeah, I just wouldn't have done these things. These things don't seem to be the most favorable things. Lexi Samuels, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Fantastic.
I pretty much agree with what you're saying. I'll say they both are wrong on their end. They both have like a point. I would say Kai, I feel like he should have at least said something. Knowing how big he is and knowing how the internet will go against her, he should have at least did his part in sticking up for her in some type of way, even if you're not together. I just feel like he should have still said, "Hey guys, this and this and this is going on. Go light on her, whatever the case may be." It's just I felt like I don't see anything wrong with her sticking up for herself in that case. Like especially at her age, 22, it's expected for her to like run to the internet and be like, "Okay, let me try to defend myself because if I don't, people are just gonna run with these narratives." At the same time, as someone grown as myself, because I'm 30, I wouldn't have even said a damn thing. Because it's nobody's business, first of all. I would have just left everyone just assuming whatever they wanted to assume, because at the end of the day, it's the relationship between just them two, not everybody else. And I don't know. I just feel personally with the assistant situation. Sorry, my daughter's in the background,
No,
but
you're good.
I don't know if you can hear her. But with the assistant situation, I just don't feel like she should have been involved at all. I don't even think anyone should be involved with anyone's relationship. Period. But I get what you're trying to say too, as well, in her aspect, as in if it is of like causing a problem with the money or with the program, anything that they're doing, then yeah, that's when she does need to step in and say, "Hey, Kai, you need to speak to your girl because this it's affecting the business, it's affecting this and that and the third." However, don't tell him what to do in that said relationship. Let him know, hey, it's affecting this, that, this, that, and the third. But hey, do you when it comes to your relationship? If you feel like you need to leave, leave. If you feel like you can fix it with her, fix it with her. But I'm not going to be that friend or that person that to tell you what to do and say, hey, I think you should leave her. Or, I think she's a problem or this. Like you're feeding stuff in his head at that point to sway his opinion towards her. And then furthermore, spiritually sounding, if somebody, if you're in a relationship with somebody and that person could easily listen to everybody else over you and not fix things with you or whatever the case may be, then furthermore, that person's not your person. I always tell people that. Don't ever try to fight for something that's already like at its wit's end. And I felt like with Gigi, she was fighting so hard to keep her relationship with him or in some type of way, shape, or form. But I feel like her talking about it now, I was just wondering too when I seen your video, I actually did a reaction over it recently. Um, I was just wondering, I was just like, why is this getting brought up now? Kai literally just started um, showing his accomplishments now and like his transformation. Where did this come from? This is overshadowing his transformation right now. Because if she didn't bring this up, it wouldn't have even been brought up at all. Like to be honest with you, people forgot about. I wouldn't say literally forgot about it as in like no one remembered, but no one was even thinking about this until this came up. So I'm just wondering, where did this come from? Like, how did she just out of the blue started just like spitting all this out? And maybe there's some stuff that's happening behind the scenes,
Yeah.
but none of us knew that. Everyone was super focused and laser focused on Kai moving towards having a clothing line and wanting to be in acting. Like everyone was thinking about that. But we're like, okay, now we're on to bigger and better things. Like Kai moved on from what I am seeing. From what I'm seeing, I don't know. Maybe I missed something, but it seems like he's moving forward. He's not talking about it. He's trying his hardest to work hard to like on his work to forget about that drama, and she's still on it. So it's looking like she's still plastered there, like she's still stagnant, still in that position of like dreading it. And it's like, in my opinion, if I were her, I would have just moved on. I'm the type of person where once things are over, I'm done with it. I'm like, all right, cool, bye, peace. I'm not gonna dread on it now because now you're looking like a karmic. Like you're looking like someone who's toxic, still talking about it and going at his people too. So like both of them have there's like a pro and con on both sides. Like he should have said something so that the noise could have died down. And for her side, she shouldn't have even said anything because then now look, it's overshadowing his work. It's overshadowing his work, and then second of all, it's bringing something back up that was already done. So I don't know, but I just feel like personally, she should have just left it alone, and it wouldn't have gotten this bad. Because now his assistant is now responding back to, and then now Deshae. But then again, with the Deshae situation, everyone knows he's kind of weird. So like that, I ignored that because I was just like, everyone knows Deshae's weird like that when it comes to girls and whatnot. But I don't know why she brought that up. I felt like that should have been something private between them, like with about his voice texting her or whatever. But furthermore, I remember watching your video and she did say something about that she responded back to his friend that messaged her and gave her the heart emoji or something like that. I felt like that's where she went wrong there. She shouldn't have even said anything back to his friend. She should have left it there because now it's making her look sus. Because it's like you're trying to out them, but then you're responding back though. Like,
I think she said she didn't respond. She went to respond, but didn't. She stopped to respond, if I remember correctly.
oh, okay. Because I thought she said that she tried to cuss him out or something like that. But I was just like, either way, even if it was a negative comment or a positive one, you shouldn't even say nothing. But if she didn't say anything, then hey, I take that one back. But
Yeah.
overall, I just feel like she should have just left it as is because no one was even thinking about it and up until she let out that video of her exposing everything and everyone. So it's kind of like no one was even thinking about that. Like, right? Everyone was thinking more about what he was doing moving forward. Everyone was like, okay, what are you gonna do next, Kai? Like, what's next? You stop streaming? Okay, what are you doing next now? That's what mainly everyone was focused on. But I don't know if that tweet was legit. You can probably correct that for me if he actually did write that tweet about not trusting girls or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know if that
that
was.
tweet was a legit tweet.
Oh, it was real. Okay. Uh, he hurting. He's young. But I feel like he shouldn't have wrote that either because that was stemming some conversation as well. Like that was he should have known that's definitely gonna start up conversation and bring Gigi back up for people to go and attack her. So I don't know if he has that much respect for her in order to like stop everyone from going against her or attacking her online. But I generally, if I was in her shoes, I would expect my ex partner or my partner, if whatever the case may be, I would expect him to at least stand up for me in that sense, like say, okay, guys, like chill, like it, instead of me having to go on the internet and defend myself, because now he should know that the minute she defends herself, she's gonna look bad.
Yeah, I to that last point, that's the one that I'll address. I just haven't seen that enough from like these internet relationships and couples where the partner comes out and speaks to defend. At this point, I wouldn't expect it. It's sad because I agree with the overall concept, but the reality is it just doesn't happen.
That which is sad though, because if Kai did say something, it would have literally dead everything. It would have. It would have been more better to hear something from Kai himself than hear it from Gigi or his assistant. Because now hearing it from the assistant and Gigi, now it's looking kind of messy. And then he's kind of quiet about it, so it's kind of like, huh, like it's looking like he's against her now because he's quiet about it, and he's letting everyone go against her. So it's kind of making him kind of look like he's against her in some type of way. So I just felt like he should say something at least. But since it's already gone so far, I just feel like honestly, overall, they should just all let it go. Like they broke up already. Why are we still talking about this?
Yeah.
Like they broke up. This should be gone to the wayside, and everyone just focus on Kai moving forward. Kai should be focusing on his work, which he is, I'm sure. And Gigi needs to just move on. Just focus on moving forward. Have a brand new beginning. It's over now. There's no going back. And even if they did go back to each other, it would just end toxic anyway because it's not. If it was meant to be, it would still be there. Like I'm a firm believer of that. If it's meant to be, it would be there. If it's not, and you guys broke up and there was toxicity, because she already said it was getting toxic. Like they were arguing back and forth. It's done. That's why I didn't understand why she made that video because it's like, what's the point? Why are you fighting for this? Let it go.
Yeah.
But
Let's.
yeah,
I appreciate you.
yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to lay out that point.
Yeah,
But
no problem. Thank you.
thank you for
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, little baby in the chat. I would appreciate if you came up as well, saying what the bias takes. We now have Shelby to the stage.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Oh, much better. I was
Okay,
so
I am
afraid my
so
robot.
sorry. I
No,
have
no.
no idea what happened.
Yeah, sometimes these platforms can get like wonky. I don't know. I don't know either.
It's okay. I do partially want to address some parts of what the last girl said, just a short take. I understand completely what you mean about letting things go. But once someone puts your name on something, it's there forever and it affects how your future is if you're on social media. And since so many people were piling on this girl, I completely understand wanting to say your part. I think when we were watching your video today, what threw me off, because sometimes I do see you can be unbiased, but when you started off calling her a dumbass, and I know you probably just meant that as a joke, but it makes me sad because I do see this community tends to favor sexism and hatred towards trying to see both sides of things. And I think because of the amount of sexism in this community, what is so high that's why we get people like Deshae Frost still being relevant in this community because this is someone who participates in that genre. And I wish that we as a community would try to encourage people to, be better with how we treat one another and how we speak to one another. If I'm Kai's friend and Kai is going through something, I'm not going to focus on calling Gigi outside her name, be this, be that. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to try to help encourage people to see that he's just trying to better himself. Why can't we just support that? Why can't we be excited for his progress as a grown man growing into being better? That's just what I mean. That's my point.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. I just want to be clear. Do you believe that I contribute to, because I can agree that there are problems in the community when it comes to things like sexism. You don't believe that I contribute to those problems, though, do you?
No, if I truly believe that you were a big issue with the community, I would not be here to support at all. I think you have biased takes now and then that sometimes do align with those people's sexism in the community. And I'm not saying that calling you or calling her a dumbass is necessarily being sexist, but it participates in the hate that she's getting when we have no solid evidence of her really being this terrible person that everybody is making her out to be. I just feel like maybe if there was just a more neutral take until we got more evidence, I feel like that just would have been better. But I'm not trying to hate on you per se, because I'm not really mad at you. I just wish that we would do better with how we treat one another, regardless of the gender or where they're from.
Yeah, and I think that that's fair. I think the reason why, because it starts off the video giving a lot of grace to uh, Gigi and the things that she's saying, agreeing to those things, dispelling some narratives, and even going to bat for her like I've done for her in the past. I think I stepped out of the window, if I'm not mistaken, when she stepped out of the window on Bree.
Mm. Now that I will agree with you there. I think for her in that moment, I agreed with her on everything else, but I have, I see both sides to the Brie part. I do see that.
You don't, just before you go,
Mhm.
you don't you don't see the side based off of the conversation that we're having. I'm
Mhm.
making an assumption. You don't see the side of her calling her names and saying that she's
No.
this BBL machine or whatever she is or what.
N No, I don't think calling people names, that's exactly what I'm saying. I don't agree with calling
Okay.
people names, but I do understand maybe out of frustration and anger why she would say, "This person who's not a part of my relationship has been contributing." I do think friends should be allowed to speak to their friend, even if they're just your assistant as well. I do think you should be able to talk, but I don't think your foot should be in the same door as the relationship of that person. But I do think she took it too far with the Brie thing. I do get that, but I can understand in a moment of being frustrated because we don't know how many times this girl's been getting attacked. And to have someone who's always possibly been a problem for you, um, getting onto you that much in the relationship, I can understand her speaking out. And
Yeah.
sorry, I'm nervous. This is so new for me.
No, no, no. And we're down from like 800 people, so it's only 600 people watching. No, let me stop.
Oh,
It's
my bad.
it's just me and you having a conversation, and I don't I appreciate the grievances. I oftentimes don't like to sit with the agreeers. That's why I don't you know give them too add fuel to that fire. What I'm saying though is as somebody who, even though it's been years for what it's worth, being in the same rooms as Bree, I have an relationship with her, and have shared places and spaces with her in the past. Um, somebody may correct me one day and say her intentions have changed, but until then, I'm going based off of what I know about her and my real life dealings with her. I think that she jumped out the window. And if you jump out the window baselessly on some things, um, that have more to do with potentially like the insecurities in your relationship and conversations that you probably should have had in your relationship, then I think that you're probably wrong for that, right? And
Mhm.
she jumped out the gate first. Nobody else jumped out the gate. Nobody else jumped out the window like with her. Bree didn't start off by calling her X, Y, and Z name. I still don't think she's called her X, Y, and Z name. Um, so for her to take it there, not saying that I probably shouldn't be the bigger person or whatever the case may be, but she was wrong. She was
Oh
totally
no.
wrong.
I agree with I don't think that Bree should have been brought up at all. I agree with that take. I do understand the sense that there is a line between assistant slash friend and relationship. So that's kind of the main part where I do understand Gigi. But I also agree that she should not have brought her up in that conversation. Like her whole explanation of who did her wrong and, who's talking about who. I agree. I guess I can say I see both sides of it. I don't think Gigi is necessarily a bad person, nor Bree. Oh, did you want to say
Well,
something?
I was gonna say I'm reading the chat. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Mousy is right. I probably still butchered it. She referred to Gigi as trash when she posted. I can agree
Oh,
with that there. I
okay,
can agree
never
with that
mind.
there. So I stand corrected there. I stand corrected there.
Well, then maybe they're even. And maybe they're even then if that's the case. So never
Maybe they're
mind.
even. I'm gonna go off my experience still though. And I like I said earlier, I don't know if you were here for that conversation. I personally don't get that involved with people's relationships like in my real life. I don't
Mhm.
get involved with people's relationships in my real life. But when people do involve me in their relationships, if the can of worms is open, the can of worms is open. I don't
I just don't think I would go on the internet and then, share those can of worms with everybody else, you know? Like in this moment, if I'm Kai's friend, in this moment, I'm not focused on what Gigi's doing or, trying to call her out her name and stir up more mess. I just feel like, and maybe this is just me, but if I'm going to bring up my friend to the public, I'm going to talk about how successful he's been at his goals, at his attempts to do better and be better as a person in his communication, his brands. Like I'm trying to uplift my friend, not stir the pot on the drama with Gigi, because if we just left this whole thing alone, I feel like then Gigi would not have a reason to then defend herself. I feel like she would have let it go too if people weren't attacking her as strong as they were. And if maybe if Kai at the least would have said something like, "Hey, guys, please let this go. This is not my focus right now."
I
Or
don't I don't oh I do think I don't think that would have affected anything either way.
uh,
Now, I understand what you're saying, but just the reality of it is the real answer, the real mature answer is don't bring any of it to the internet.
mhm.
Like at all. None of it should have ever been brought to the internet. You're opening the door. And from that perspective, like that's when I've covered relationships on this platform. You brought it to the internet's gonna get nasty. They gonna make all of this a mess. Stop bringing relationships to the internet.
Okay, I think we agree on that one. The one thing I think we may not agree on is the whole not bringing, well, maybe you agree with me on this, that if you at some point in time wanted to get with Gigi and then Kai is your friend, do you not think maybe you should just say, "Hey, just so things don't get weird because you know how things can go. I did try to talk to her at some point. I'm not interested in her now. This was years ago." Would you say that it wouldn't be a bad thing to bring that up to your friend?
I'm gonna keep this portion realistic for real. And I kind
Mhm.
of said it earlier. I don't think Des remembered. I'm being so
Oh,
serious with the way that they handle dating and going about women, with the way that most men, especially that age, go about dating and handling women. Like, do I think that Des remembered that he put hard eyes on Gigi's um Instagram stories 5 years ago?
mm.
No, I
I
don't.
just
I don't think
Wouldn't
so.
it be weird if you were trying to get with someone and then you see them in person and then they're dating your friend? I
But
mean,
who?
I guess like,
But who
yeah,
remembers that?
I don't know. Maybe I would, but I'm not in their space. So maybe they talk to a ton of girls and that's why they can forget. Maybe that's,
But yeah,
you
and
know.
that's what I'm. And not even. I don't. We saw the way that those DMs read. They weren't talking to each other.
Okay, I guess maybe because you know what? Maybe my perspective is if I'm trying to like, because I don't do this. So if I'm trying to get someone's attention, it's because I'm genuinely interested in that person. Maybe as a guy, or not all guys, don't get mad at me, not all guys, but maybe from their perspective, they're like, well, I messaged about 10 other girls that same day. So that's why I didn't remember. So I could understand that.
And I think that that's where it lies more. He shot at 10 other women that day. He sent
Mm,
that same your epic line to
yeah.
10, 15 other women that day. The next day it was 10 totally different women. This was 5 years ago. I can almost guarantee you that it did not
Mhm.
cross his mind that this was GiGi. Now, granted, let's say GiGi stuck out to him so much that he remembered that he sent those reactions on story posts. Because if I remember correctly, those are reactions on story posts. Let's say he remembered those reactions on story posts to GiGi. Uh, that's fine. Say something about it. Say something about it.
Mhm. I think what makes it look weird though is when you're publicly celebrating their breakup, you know, to do that after having that kind of history, I think it just doesn't help. And I don't know. Maybe I don't get that, but I just think the decision on what they choose to make a priority and celebrating someone losing someone they genuinely cared about, seemingly really cared about. I just don't think I don't know, that just doesn't look good to me as a friend.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is to that, and it's truly not even a defense. Their children, I would look at you weird
Mm.
if you did celebrate me breaking up with my significant other. Um,
Yeah, because why are you happy?
yeah, you why it would be weird. That would be totally weird. But content creators, I see their personalities on the internet. There's a lot of things that they do that I don't agree with. Like, there's a
Mm.
lot of things that I don't agree with.
Okay. I do like watching your channel. I do think that you are one of the most mature people to be reporting this. So I'm hoping that we do see, that you are okay with, I want to say bias now and then, not having so much bias now and then when it comes to AMP, because I do know those are your friends. I do think you had a good take on explaining why you have more of a defense for Bree. So I appreciate the conversation. So thank you. I'm good from here.
I'll say this last thing. First, Kevin, there is no Kevin back here. But two,
Hmm?
there somebody in the chat.
Oh,
But two, I don't. I like the talking point. First of all, I think everybody has like biases towards certain people and stuff like that. That's fine. This concept that I have, like this innate bias to AMP, is so interesting. Um, especially when you ask the right set of people. Because if you ask a
mhm.
ton of people, this is a new thing. If you ask a ton of people, I'm actually an AMP hater. Um, Part of that is the thought process behind me not working with them anymore when I did not work with them. Part of it is the analysis that I've had over them over the past couple years. Um, I do think as they've gotten more popular and more famous, though, there have been attempts to pack them up. But also, with that being said, I don't think that, I'm not gonna say AMP, just that collection of the internet is um they fuck up. Like, they mess up. They truly do mess up. Um, but I do think that I see a lot of weirdness on the commentary lane where
Mm.
people are unnecessarily and unjustly slamming on a couple of those creators, and it's a little weird to me.
Yeah, that really shows it's a matter of perspective too, because I don't see probably all the comments that you see. A lot of times I'll see comments that are more so, hey, this doesn't feel fair, this feels biased. But you've seen comments where you're saying that people thought that you hate AMP. So I can understand why your perspective would be different from those in the comments, like myself, who only see now and then. And I'm new to your channel too. So I haven't been here for maybe more than like, what, 3 months. So I can understand why you have a different perspective from me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But thank you for explaining.
No, absolutely, Shelby. I think this was a great conversation.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a good night and stay warm.
Yeah, so where are you? Are you somewhere where you're gonna be snowed in?
Oh, the snow is up here. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm tucked in. That's why I was like, please, not the camera. You don't want to see me right now. It's cold.
Well, we'll try to stay safe down here. I appreciate it.
That's no problem. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye-bye. There's some people in the chat. I mean, I'm gonna bring them up because you need to bring them up. We're gonna watch the whole video. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't care how long I'm on stream. We'll watch this whole video. How you doing, Clark Kent? I don't see a Kevin in the background, by the way. They keep telling me to bring up Kevin. I promise you, I'm looking at all the names right now. Don't see a Kevin at all. We can't. Oh, you're muted, gang. We can't hear you. No. Okay. So 1 second.
Check. Can you hear me now?
Okay, we can hear you.
Okay, bro. I don't know. Switched me to the wrong microphone. God damn it. Every time. What's up, Doc?
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. Now, Kevin's not here, man. He doesn't love you. He moved on with his life. So I guess you're just going to deal with me right now.
Okay.
So
You wrote
I
down some questions?
Oh, I wrote down questions, brother. You better believe I came prepared. Okay. So here's the thing, man. I got a few things I'm curious about. I need to just to kind of give context to this whole thing. Because I don't think I necessarily disagree with most of what you're saying, but there's, I think, a little bit of nuance that we can add to this conversation. But first off, I want to know. This is the first thing I want to know. Do you think that GiGi cheated? That's the first thing.
I don't know. I can't, like I said earlier, I can't 100% verify that she cheated. And to be honest with you, I don't think, like, in this specific thing, I'm not a thinker of like, oh yeah, she cheated. It's clear as day. She said she didn't cheat. Academics said that NBA YoungBoy tried to call Kai, and academics tried to call Kai and say she didn't cheat. Bree said she cheated based off conversations that I'm having offline. Apparently, she cheated. Where does that leave me?
Right. So you're getting a bunch of conflicting information.
Yeah.
The other thing too, the other side of that too, is did Kai cheat? Because that's one of the things that she was bringing up as well, right? That she caught Kai with some girl at the house at 5 a.m. And the thing is, I think because here's the thing. I think you're getting a lot of pushback from people saying you're biased because they think that you think that GiGi is just off her rocker, right? That like your basically premise is that she shouldn't have done what she did in terms of coming out and saying the things that she said, right?
I think the entire premise is having relationships online is crazy. Like I don't think there's a specific portion in which I hold like this super strong sentiment, specifically because it's relationship stuff.
Right.
Like I understand why a 22-year-old would try to defend her name. I haven't seen a time where it works, so I would probably say don't do that. I've seen a situation where Kai's 24 has gone to the internet and has a hungered fan base that will then go and attack another party. I wouldn't do that. I'm 29 years old though, so it's a little bit different. If I did do it, I would know though, like, hey, this is what's going to happen. I think a lot of it's wrong, but at the end of the day, we shouldn't be in this whole conversation. Full stop.
I agree, but this is where I'd give a little bit of pushback. Right. Like if we're looking at it from an ethical standpoint, we should not be in this conversation. It is none of our business. The problem is they put it out there. Both camps, right? Kai's camp, not necessarily Kai. Well, actually, no, Kai did put it out there. Kai put it out there. His manager put it out there. And then GiGi put it out there.
Who's
so
his
we can't.
manager?
I'm sorry?
His manager? Oh, Bree, his assistant?
Or assistant. Excuse me, assistant. Sorry, I hear the terms being flopped around. A manager, assistant, not sure. Either way. But Bree put it out there. Kai put it out there. GiGi's putting stuff out there. But here's my thing. First of all, like with the type of content creators that they are, how can they not make that aspect of their lives public? Like from their position, that's a very difficult thing to do because of the kind of audience that they've acquired, because of the type of content that they make. That comes with the job. I'm sure that
I don't believe that that's true. There's plenty of content creators who either exist heavily on the internet as a solo act and their partner doesn't create content, or where both of them create content where their relationship isn't at the forefront of the conversation. But the problem is, though, is making it at the forefront of the conversation. And for what it's worth, and even Gigi iterate or stated this in her video, it's not like they gave a shit ton of conversation and context about their relationship to the internet. We also do live on a very nasty side of the internet that does like to dig deep and dive into what they got going on. But you can exist on the internet with a significant other who is also has some like following, and your relationship doesn't have to be at the forefront of it. The content that you make doesn't have to like surround it. From my understanding, your Rage had a significant other maybe before this one that he's currently with, or something like it. He had a significant other where their relationship wasn't at the forefront of the conversation.
Was she
And
also a
creating
content creator?
She was also a content creator.
Okay. So would you say that Kai and Gigi's relationship was at the forefront of the content?
I think enough so to have people do some digging. And again, I think that they were unjust in the digging and assuming and alluding and all the stuff that they were doing, but it was more than the others that I'm referencing. Again, not saying that it was right though. Not saying that it was right.
The thing is, I think there's a couple of differences though, right? Like, first of all, I think that there's a big difference between Kai and the other creators that you're mentioning, right? I think if Kai is getting into a relationship with somebody, even if he does, because here's the thing: when I was seeing like a lot of Kai's content come up, and granted, I'm not the biggest Kai Cenat fan. I wasn't like plugged into his stuff consistently, but when I was seeing Kai's content come up, I wasn't seeing a lot of stuff with Gigi. Right? I wouldn't necessarily say that she was at the forefront, but they did make a lot of content together as two young people that are both content creators. And the thing is, if we're trying to milk the algorithm, milk the audiences, right, get the ad revenue up, whatever, make certain types of content that we know are going to do well, why would I not leverage the relationship that I'm having? Now, granted, there's a little bit of nuance to that. Like, it depends on the relationship between you and the person. It depends on the nature of the content that you're making. Like, you gave an example of somebody else who had a relationship with somebody that was another content creator, and they didn't bank on that. But once again, I do think that like it's a little bit different when we're talking about Kai. You're talking about the biggest streamer in the world, right? And him, like, I think just the fact that he made his relationship public, period, was going to give him heat, because and I guess maybe that's your point, right? If at any point in time you're a content creator of any worth, of any status, and you break up with somebody, regardless of how much content you make with the person, people are going to start digging. I don't think there's any way around that. I think that just naturally comes with the territory. If you're going to be on the internet and you have a big following and you're going to announce that you're in a relationship with someone and that other person's a content creator, if y'all have any problems, it's good. People are going to dig into it. I just don't see how you could get around that. And the bigger you are, the bigger the blowback is going to be.
And I can agree to the sentiments. I think all of this is like hindsight 2020 for somebody who is I say like they're 24 years old, 22 years old, 22 years old, something like that. But I ultimately agree. But ultimately this shouldn't. I hate to keep like falling back to like this shouldn't be any of our business. It's the fandom that's being set up all around. Either way, like they're gonna dive deep into who you are, what you do. They're gonna make assumptions and all these other things. Maybe it's one of those suffering from success moments where like this is the cost of you being famous. One day you'll get into a relationship and the audience that you cultivated is gonna do X, Y, and Z behind you.
Here's the thing, and this is, I feel like 2026 is just starting off as like the year of like bad content creator relationships or relationship blowback. Have you been keeping up with the Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb situation?
A little bit, but I don't really care about either of them, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. I get that, but I think there's a parallel here between some of the things that are happening.
Okay.
Part of the blowback with the Anton Daniels situation, between all the him going back and forth with Corey, all the jaw jacking that both of them were doing, Corey Holcomb came out and attacked Anton Daniels' wife and his daughter on his platform. He put a picture of his daughter up on screen and started making fun of his 18-year-old or 17-year-old daughter, right? That caused a blowback in Anton Daniels' life, where Anton basically said, hey, you know what, Corey, you win, right? Anton wasn't asking for his family to be a part of the blowback, but the issue is when you're a content creator of any status on the internet and you've got a family, they like Anton doesn't put his family in his content, but it didn't matter. It came with consequences. And like that's a little bit, I understand that it's a little bit different from this situation because that's internet beef, right? But the point is when you're talking about people that just don't give a shit, people that are bored, people that just like their lives are so miserable that they need to pull something. They need some kind of W, so they're gonna drag you down. It doesn't matter.
You don't
Right?
think you don't think, and I don't want to make this like a judging Anton space. You don't think Anton could have avoided those conversations a couple of different ways? First
I
and foremost, by not talking to Corey Holcomb.
you're saying he shouldn't have the conversation with Corey at all.
Yeah,
I here's the thing with that. I don't think it's the case that Anton shouldn't have had the conversation with Corey. I think that Anton could have handled himself better in that situation. And I think as a married man, you need to be more. I'll say this. I think Anton brought on a lot of that drama onto himself because he was talking a lot of smack, saying, I'm gonna make $1 million off of you, off of this beef. And then shortly after, so I'm not saying that Anton was in the right.
and
But
you
my
don't think
point,
that Anton is also like he's brought his family. I don't consume Anton daily, but he's
right.
brought his family onto the internet before.
Yeah, I'm right. He's brought them on before, but what I'm getting at is kind of to your point. They've been on camera, but for 90% of Anton's content, his family is not at the forefront
And
of
that's
his
fair. Oh,
content.
and that's also not what I'm saying either. But be clear, you said 90%. 10% of Anton's content is family. Him alluding to his family, him talking about his family, all those other
True.
things. I shouldn't know about Anton telling his like child. And again, I barely consume Anton for real. I shouldn't know that Anton like talks about how he's gonna pick the major for his child or whatever the case may be. She can't go to school for certain things and he won't pay for it, or he won't pay for it.
Right.
And he's also talked about his relationship with his wife. I'm not, and also as people have said in the chat, like Anton's talking about people's family too.
Yeah.
But so like I don't how can I say? I'm not justifying anything that Corey Holcomb is saying. I'm not justifying people bringing up people's families and stuff like that to the internet and stuff like that. But as like smarter content creators, I feel like you should, as you do these different things, you understand the blowback that you open yourself up to when shit kind of hits the fan. I've never brought my mother physically on any platform. Her voice has been heard on here before, but I have brought my fiance. I feel like I can deal with the stuff with my fiance and keep people updated and give that small tidbits and stuff like that, talk about her work. I don't know if I would be able to do the same with my mother, but I just don't do it. Right.
Right. But may I address that real quick? Because that was actually something I wanted to bring up to you. Here's the thing about that, bro. And listen, I also congratulations on being engaged. But you have to understand too, even for you, that's a risk. I know that you brought your fiance on at some point, right? And she, once again, she's not the center of your content, but people know that she's attached to you, right? That is as a content creator on the internet, that is a weak point for you. And the longer you guys are together, if God forbid, and I'm not wishing this upon you, but if let's say y'all get married and in 10 years you're still making content and it does not work out between you two, people are going to go back, and even if it's the most obscure clip of y'all being on stream together, they're going to go be like, oh yeah, this was doomed to fail from day one because you're a public figure on the internet.
Absolutely.
And
I've calculated that risk. And every time that she
Right.
comes on, I've calculated that risk.
Right. But getting back to the point of the conversation, when it comes to Kai and GiGi, my point was that it didn't matter how much like they were interacting with each other on stream or off stream or in content. There was going to be some drama anyway. Now, I guess we could go over like how it was they both sides responded to it, because you're not impressed with how GiGi kind of came out with all this, right? With her little response today, correct?
Impressed. I don't. I
But
would
and
say,
go
yeah,
ahead.
not impressed. Sure, not impressed.
Maybe that's not the best wordage, but you don't think highly of what she said, right? You think that it would have been better for her not to say anything at all, correct?
Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess here's my thing. And this is the problem that I have because I agree with you, brother. All right. That's the thing. I don't disagree with that. But here's the issue. What what else what is she going to do? What else was she going to from her think about it from her position. Her like first of all, like what kind of content does Gigi produce anyway? Like what does she out
It's like
like let's take
IRL. It's IRL stuff.
this random IRL stuff.
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't say random, but it's IRL stuff.
okay. So a- if she wasn't attached to Kai, would she be first of all, if she wasn't attached to Kai, would she be as big as she is now?
I don't know her growth from Kai Cenat, but I think she would still have like she doesn't have a major fan base. She has like 180K subs.
Mhm.
I
But
think
what
her
do you think? What do
Instagram
you let me
always
ask? Let me
been
ask it
big.
this way: what do you think most people know Gigi for?
Oh, now for being Kai Cenat's girlfriend, I
Per-
can or ex girlfriend, I should say.
right. So we also know that Kai is going on a rebrand tour right now. This man's out here shearing sheep somewhere overseas, knitting sweaters and shit, rebuilding his life, reading books. Awesome, W Kai. But um, Kai's name is going around, like it is just going around the world right now. People are actively talking about him, and from her perspective, if she's going to continue to be a content creator, I think from her standpoint, if she's going to farm clips and farm views and farm traction around her name, the best thing for her from a content creation standpoint probably would be for her to give more context and clarity to her relationship with Kai. And that's once again, I understand the ethical side of it where it's just like, yeah, that's not a good thing to do because it brings upon more drama. But at the same time, what do you really expect the girl who's known as Kai Cenat's girlfriend to do?
And again, that's what I stated not too long ago. Like I understand even that sentiment. I expect 22-year-old I'm dating X person to do these things. What I'm saying behind it is, do we think that specifically for her, like this is if I was talking to Gigi, what are we trying to get out of this?
Mhm.
If we're thinking that we're gonna get some sort of clarity for the community, that's not gonna happen. I can almost guarantee you that there weren't too many fence sitters who fell more on the side of Gigi. I think the majority of people already sat on the side of the more favored person or the more favorite person or whatever the case may be. And
Mhm.
then this helped push them over due to a bunch of different reasons.
Mhm. The thing is though, is just like there's I guess there's like a more human element in it too. Because and you've dealt with this as a content creator, right? There are points when you're making content where you're just like you're getting attacked relentlessly, nonstop, and it just bugs you. It irks you. There are certain little things that happen in your career where it's just like people know when to say a particular thing, a particular way about it. Something maybe you messed up on something that somebody intentionally took you out of context for, or whatever, right? And it bugs you. Now, granted, you and I are both older, so we probably know we process these emotions a little different. As you've already admitted, Gigi, she's 22, right? Kai's 24. God bless, like brother. I'm so happy I was not on the internet making content back during those days, putting my life out there for people to see because there's just like that. It just you don't have the mental maturity, the mental capacity to be able to really handle difficult personal life decisions that are out there on display for millions of people to see and give their opinion on and come up with the most logical, rational decisions in the heat of the moment. I honestly think now, granted, I've been hearing the argument from other people that have been coming on saying like, oh, well, the internet was kind of moving away from it. Everybody was kind of moving on from it. But I guarantee you, this girl, she's opening up Twitter, Instagram, seeing her name being drugged to the dirt in random comment sections. She's just trying to watch random videos. She's seeing people talk about, oh man, Kai's started reading books ever since he dropped Gigi, right? Little things like that. And not to mention the false out the not let me not say false. The allegations of
Allegation
her
or
being
cheating.
the cheater in the relationship. I can see a perspective where she wants to set the record straight from her perspective, right? I don't. Once again, I personally don't think it was the best move, but I also understand from her perspective, being that young, why she would absolutely 100% be valid in wanting to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying I understand what you're saying. Like I get it. 22 years old. I exist on the internet. I have a name and face on the internet. I want to go do this thing. What I'm saying is, do we think that it solved the issue?
It's not going to solve anything. No, that's the thing. None of this is going to solve anything. The only thing that you can do is milk it for clips. You milk it for clout. Like her and Kai are moving on from each other, but this will probably be her last Hail Mary, her last hurrah to farm some engagement out of this, and maybe she can take this momentum and transition to doing something else. But this had to, like, this was her at this point in time. This was her only play. I don't like. That's the thing. Like, I just don't really. Like, I don't think the issue is about solving anything. I don't think she's looking to. That's like, based upon what I heard in that video, those aren't things that are trying to solve issues. That's just going to bring up more drama. There was no solving anything.
And that's fine. I mean, listen, it's Clark Kent's standpoint, everybody. You know, he's making.
Did I say something controversial? Like,
no. It's just we're saying that it's not a genuine attempt to solve anything, clear a name, make sure that she's in control of a narrative or anything like that. This is her basically farming clips. Like, that's what this is.
Well, let me ask you a question. Based on the information that she gave us and the way that it was presented, what could have possibly been solved as a result of what was given?
I think for a lot of people, and I mean, I'm seeing it in the chat, I'm seeing it in just the general conversation, because I also exist on the side. I don't know why people are acting as if I don't exist on the side where they are pro GiGi. It's about, hey, these networks or these content creators or whoever are painting a narrative about me. Let me be the one to intercept that and correct said narrative. Let me be the one to actually say what said narrative is and tell people the truth.
Okay.
And that's what she's trying to do with this.
And okay, from that, and then that's, I think two things can be true at the same time, right? Like, yeah, she's definitely trying to change the narrative around her name for sure. But once again, it's the issue is it's not going to solve anything. If she wanted to, if she wanted this to be, if she was looking for a resolution, the best thing would have been to just leave it alone while everybody was kind of forgetting about them being together in the first place. You know, and everyone was focusing on Kai reading books. But the thing is to bring this back up, and then to also some of the things that she's saying, like implying, oh, well, Kai also cheated because there was some girl I caught him with at 5 a.m. So I guess we're even now, right?
Hey,
that doesn't, once again, once again, it doesn't solve anything, but it's also trying to flip the narrative, because now even if that's not true, there's a seed of doubt. And it's just like it's all you need is that little bit of plausible deniability in the court of public opinion to kind of, give you the ability to maybe do something else later on or connect with some other people at whatever, right? But like I said, I think it's just a PR transition. That's it. So,
Clark, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, brother.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring up some others. Thank you.
All right, man. Peace out.
Kevin, how you doing today?
I'm doing quite fine. I'm here trying to address the point of GiGi and Kai's net. So I just feel like I don't know why all this is going on. It's literally right there on the internet. GiGi and Kai, the allegation of GiGi going out with NBA Youngboy. I don't know if I have a little bit of accent. I'm kind of like Congolese and that. So, alright. So it's literally out there. There is a video of GiGi talking to another man. I don't know if that's AI. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but then Brandon literally showed a video of GiGi talking to another man. So I really do not know why all this is a conversation. Well, the videos are right there. Gigi with another man and a screenshot of Gigi um complaining to another man of not being there for her, and she's claiming that it's AI kind of generated and a copy. Well, they have two of them. I was like literally trusting Gigi when like watching the videos. I was like, man, maybe Gigi is telling the truth. But then seeing all those videos coming up, like it's kind of like got crazy. So I don't know. And I don't. I've been here for like more than like 3 hours already. So I've been seeing people saying, "Oh, wait, this guy is sexiest and this and that." Bro, I don't think you're sexiest or at all.
You don't think
I
I'm
just
sexy
see
at
that,
all?
Nah, I don't think that. I don't see that at all. I just like, literally, I just like see you looking at the like right side, like the thing is literally there. It's clear. So I feel like women don't really want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want to hear the truth. I know they might hate me, but it's true. They don't want to hear the truth. They got like this thing about women supporting women and stuff. But then we cannot keep on acting like the truth is not there. Know what
You
I'm
think
saying?
specifically women don't want to hear the truth?
Exactly.
You don't think that's sexist?
Women. I don't think that's sexist.
You think men want to hear the truth?
I mean, if you tell a man he's ugly, a man is literally gonna believe that. He's gonna take that like as he is. But if you tell a woman that she's ugly, bro, that is a different story. That is a different story. So I feel like women are just supporting women according to the Gigi's allegation. But then the way this thing is going, there is
Yeah, let's go ahead and get up out of here, Kevin. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. Let's bring multiple people up at the same time. Don't worry, I'm gonna bring you up here with a couple people. Yeah, I know
Oh
y'all.
shit! What the hell?
Oh my god! Finally, bro.
Bro, it's about
Finally.
damn time. It's about damn time.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I made y'all wait because y'all were my loyalist shooters.
Yo, Measy, bro. I need to thank you for boiling this witch's brew of a debate. This little Saturday night has been boring. Yo, this second you say he's going live at 8 p.m., I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get in here. I'm going to wreak havoc. Yo. Oh, yo, seeing all these people debate over internet arguments is the funniest I've ever seen. I don't know what Buddy Bo was just talking about. He's tripping.
Wait, so
He's
what
tripping.
did you came up here to do what
Me?
again? Yeah.
Oh, be cordial and respectful.
Okay. Let's hear. Is this Art?
Yeah, art of jig.
Art of J.
Yeah, it's a name. Yeah. So like, when it comes to like this whole what's it called? I'm not even gonna lie. I have nerves. I haven't talked. I've never talked on stream. But what's it called? This was the Oh, why am I? Yo, everything's blanking. I don't even know what we're talking about. I'm sorry. I smoked before this, so I'm bugged.
Well, let Nala go then.
Yeah,
Nala, are you
please,
there?
please.
Nalah. Cool.
Ah,
Let's get
camera
Nala.
shy.
Yeah, let's bring AD in here. AD, how you doing today?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good, good, good. What you got for me?
So I find this entire thing stupid. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's just stupid as fuck. Now look, here's my reasoning. One, this shit should never been brought on the internet. I think we've all should have learned that shit with the DDG situation. Should have been a dud at this point. But niggas don't like to learn.
Oh, she said she was trying to activate her mic.
Oh, was she? Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going, AD.
I would say this. I feel like there shouldn't be any sides right now because for all we know, everything is kind of up in the air. We have no actual concrete evidence of anything, my nigga. Nothing. The little cheating with Kentrell shit, young boy shit. Even though people are saying it's not young boy, it's a whole nother rapper. I don't know the nigga's name, but it's not young boy apparently. And that's kind of my piece on the situation. I ain't gonna lie.
AD,
Tell him, Unc.
I appreciate you, AD.
Appreciate it, bro.
Let's bring Nala back into the fold. Hello? NALA.
But let me start off with a little topic. I think personally, if you were to really have not done anything wrong, and knowing how the internet acts and they will run with whatever they want, I don't see why you would feel as if you would have any positive feedback from the internet. Coming onto the internet, they already think you're a cheater. I don't know what you think you would get by coming to the internet just to say more bullshit. But like, so if she came to the internet with like a respectful manner, saying this and that, okay. But for you to come on the internet and start throwing out insults, this and that, you're just boiling the witches brew. Like you said earlier, nobody was thinking about this girl at all. It was breezing over. And I get people's piece about like defending themselves, but there was nothing to defend. It was blowing over. But then you just started back up again by saying a bunch of bullshit. I'll be honest, it was a bunch of bullshit. I'm not gonna be like a sexist asshole and say that she's wrong. She's not. Because at the end of the day, we're all internet niggas. Nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm not gonna sit here and side with Kai or GiGi because I don't know these people. So why am I gonna side with people that don't know me and I don't know them? You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just funny that everybody's on the internet arguing over something that like got nothing to do with them. It's just ridiculous. You know, it's crazy.
All right. So I know it took me a while. I just want to preface that I did smoke before this, so yeah. But pretty much what my basic opinion was that like my main problem with your video was basically that like it felt more that you were giving grace to Kai and his friends, that being like Bree, but I don't feel like you were giving the same grace to GiGi in that situation. And like I feel like even within the video, I actually ended up commenting it before you went live, and then I joined the stream. But my comment was basically saying that like I felt like even early on in the video, there were certain instances in the video where I don't think you intended to do it, but you were sort of priming the audience to like already sort of like not like take GiGi as like seriously. Like you were calling her like a dumbass and stuff like that. So I feel like
When did I call her a dumbass?
you called her a dumbass. It was sometime earlier in the video. I think it was you were responding to something that she was saying in the video, responding to I forget what it was. I have to go back and look at it. Let me pull it up.
If anybody in the chat, I'm not saying I did not. Somebody saying you did.
Yeah, I know. It's just, you're just asking.
I just want to know when.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
What part in the video?
The trailer, bro. You dropped the trailer yesterday.
It was pretty early on.
I dropped the trailer for the video yesterday.
Yeah, y'all
I
ain't
don't
seen
know
the
if it was the trailer, but I saw it in the video.
Bro, there is no trailer.
Yeah, there's no trailer. I'm confused. I'm not saying that I didn't. I just want to know specifically when I did.
Yeah, I'm going through it because I know like it
it
was really early in the video, but yeah, I need to look for like the exact.
Yeah, I mean keep going with the point. We don't have to find it now.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, like yeah, I felt like there were certain instances in the video where you were sort of like priming the audience to like sort of like side against her, whereas like for example, like even in the debate, you were saying that when it came to Dez, that like he might not remember and stuff like that because like obviously like dudes will like constantly do that type of thing where they'll go into women's DMs. But it's like even in that, I feel like you didn't give that same grace to GiGi because I think even in her response, I feel like she was giving a lot of people grace, and the only people she tend to mention
were people that had responded or called her out specifically. So I think that's why it felt like you weren't really giving her a lot of grace in that instance.
When I even in this stream, you've heard me address that point. Did I also not say that like it's also possible that he did do those things and he does remember her?
Oh
And that
yeah,
he should have had a
100%.
conversation?
100%. I just wanted to say, like, at least within the video, it definitely felt as if like you were building that case against her. Not that like you inherently think these things, or yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and I can understand that concept. When you mentioned that Bree was around Kai long and that GiGi won't surpass her pretty much in time spent with her. I think I vaguely remember the dumbass conversation or the dumbass talking point.
It was very brief.
No, and that's fair. I'll say this. I mean, these would be specific moments to be addressed in the video where it felt like I was priming up something in order to like make the audience feel a certain way. I don't know if this is an indictment on like the way that I lay out the evidence.
No. I don't even. I'm just making an observation. I don't like.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, like I love your content. Like I've been watching you for a long time. I've actually been watching you like during the AMP days when you're doing videos with them and everything. Like I love your content. I watch you every day.
You wasn't watching
like,
me when I was in middle school on Snapchat.
Okay, well, okay, not then, but like I was watching you
for.
I've been watching you at least since like AMP, and then so I've been around for a decent amount of time. So like this isn't like me trying to like, you know, but
no, I think criticism is important. If it felt like I was like priming the audience to think a certain way, I think that's something to take in. I don't think that that's too far off of things that I've done in other videos. Like I've also done a video on the Brazilian Jenkins, who is a terrible family, right? They're a terrible family. They keep having kids. They're not taking care of their kids. I want you to think that they're a terrible family who doesn't take care of their kids. So I might prime something to say like, this is bad, or the reason why this like X, Y, and Z. I don't know if that's like inherently a bad thing though.
yeah, but I think in this case it kind of is, because where in that instance it's the priming is kind of to let you know that the family is like they're doing terrible things. In this instance, GiGi is sort of the video is intended to defend herself. It's not to like give hate to Kai or anything. You see more in the video that she ends up supporting Kai often in the video. I don't think she says anything crazy about Kai. I might be mistaken because I've only watched it once. I only went over it once. But from what I've seen of the video, she was being very positive in Kai's favor. It's just when it came to the people around him that Kai, or what is it? It just when it came to the people around him that she was more critical of those people because they're the ones that were putting or calling her out in that instance.
Yeah, and I agree, and I acknowledge that as well at the beginning of the video. I just think that shouts out to Nebula for becoming a member.
Shout out to Nebula.
The thing that I was talking about or referencing is like, again, the only time that I really turned up in the video is when I felt like stepped out of line with the whole Bree conversation.
Oh yeah, 100%. I get that, but I also think like if you put that into her perspective, and this is like where I say like I feel like you didn't really give her a lot of grace in a certain instance, and you did more on their side. It really came from a place where you have to understand. Well, I mean, you don't have to understand it, but it's a thing where Bree, she's not in the relationship regardless of like her place in it, and the fact that she was willing to put that information out, not being associated with the relationship, it creates a thing where it's like you're making that your problem entirely when that's something that should be handled only between her and GiGi.
If you bring me,
what?
Oh, you froze for a minute. If you bring me into the relationship, how come people can continue to say like microplastic? If you bring me into the relationship, why do people keep saying that I'm no longer into the relationship? Like no longer in the relationship?
Can you repeat that for me?
If you bring me into the relationship, why do people keep saying the conversation of like, oh, she's not in the relationship?
Well, I think the problem is it's not that like say, because I think where the problem comes is that like people have a problem that like has her 2 cents about the relationship. I don't think Bree should be allowed to have her 2 cents about the relationship, especially if Kai is giving her that access. The problem is where she's speaking for Kai on his behalf when initially Kai was the one who even like sort of brought this whole thing like we broke up, da 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 da. He had his little childish stint to light, and then that's what ended up skyrocketing all this hate towards Gigi. And then Bree added to that hate by corroborating it when she shouldn't have said anything because that's not her relationship. If everything was already ended, she should have just let it lie. But in that instance, I don't think Gigi is wrong for replying and feeling bitter towards her because she entirely inserted herself into that when it should have stayed between stuff that, or if things were going to be brought online, it should have been between Kai and Gigi, and no one else should have had their 2 cents, especially not Bree.
Yeah, and I think I think that what you're saying in like a vacuum is fair. But if I've been here throughout this entire relationship, y'all have brought me into this relationship, y'all being a collective decision, have brought me into this relationship, and now I have more than 2 cents. I've been here through the lefts, the rights, the ups, the downs. Y'all keep asking for my opinion, et cetera, et cetera. Then I don't understand how we can then say like, she has no right to say these things. She's not a part of the relationship.
Well, I think it's just a matter of like, it's like a thing of respect. I think like if they have an agreement to say like, hey, let's not keep this offline, and Gigi respects that, Kai breaks it, I guess. I think it's kind of like, it's one of those things where
now it's broken.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Now it's broken. So now it's fair game. And especially if this is the party that I align with, like at the end of the day, she is Kai's assistant / friend. So now that it's been broken, if we had an agreement saying, hey, we're not going to bring this online in totality, Kai broke that. Okay, cool. I'm rocking with my guy. And if she breaks that as well in retaliation, as somebody who's a part of the relationship, she should be able to say something behind it as well.
I just think it's one of those things where I don't think that Gigi is wrong for feeling bitter towards someone that wasn't initially in the relationship. We can all acknowledge that like she definitely has a hand in play because like obviously as his manager, if he has as you stated multiple times within the stream and in the video, like if she has a bad day or if Gigi has a bad day and that affects Kai's mood, that affects Bree's day by proxy. I just think it's one of those things where I think at least until the whole thing is aired out, you should leave all of that offline and let them handle it as opposed to immediately inserting your opinion after the occurrence happens. You know?
Yeah, and I understand that sentiment. And this is like us armchair, what do they call it? Armchair quarterbacking the situation. Where we're outside telling people what they should and shouldn't do. And this is again why I definitely don't get into the trenches of relationships because I'm outside. I can't tell you what to do in your relationship up until the extent of like abuse or different things like that. Like, yeah, definitely don't hit her, don't hit him, or stuff like that. But ultimately, like I can't tell you to do these things. I can't tell Gigi to not respond. I'm saying I wouldn't respond. But just knowing that this is the backlash that comes with this, I can tell Kai like I wouldn't have went to the internet and said this, that, and the third. But he went to it. There are emotions and all this stuff involved. We need to measure for two things remain true. Measure how impactful it is, like what you're trying to get out of it and what the actual impact of that will be. And two, as the internet, like why are we so involved with these relationships that we have these strong feelings? Because I think people keep saying it. They're saying it in the chat, but they're not seeing. And I'm not saying they're not seeing. I think a lot of people are seeing what I'm saying because I've maintained this to be true across like multiple situations about just staying silent in these situations and not saying anything. Again, the more she speaks, there's going to be people that come and be on her side, but there's still going to be a plethora of people that are going to still bash her, tarnish her, and Kai's just going to stay silent. And that's what ultimately sucks in a lot of these situations. I can think of like many situations when it comes to abuse, when it comes to all these different things. And especially when you have somebody who is more famous, who has more of a platform, who has more of a voice, who has more power, more impact, and all that stuff like that. When you go and you speak out and you voice your opinion, right? And they don't say anything, you get drowned out 9 times out of 10. We've seen it happen with a lot of people who have been victims of alleged abuse, and we're sitting here and the person isn't saying anything, but the person who's screaming like, yo, P. Diddy did this or Bill Cosby did that is being looked at as a crazy person. They're being looked at as a crazy person. So I think this is a totally different situation than those situations But ultimately, like, there's no win here. There is no win here. Now the news cycle has been kicked up. All these videos are made. They're bashing your back end. You got 500K off of it. Shouts out to you, man. I'm always a sucker for a good title and thumbnail, though. I ain't gonna lie. She made a good title. She made a good thumbnail. So you made a good YouTube video out of it, and maybe she'll sleep a little bit easier tonight. But when she logs into the internet tomorrow and in a week from now and 2 weeks from now, it's gonna remain the same. Right now, Rakai is reacting. I think Dez did some reaction, but we're waiting for a greater reaction there, and this will just trickle into next week.
Yeah, but I will say one thing. I do agree with you in the sense that, like, there's no toppling this, and by continuing to talk about it, there's no chance that, like, people are ever going to stop. Like, even see it with, like, Zoe Spencer. Like, every time she brings it up, they keep bringing it up. Like, there's no avoiding that. Every time you bring it up, people are going to keep bringing it up. But I think at least in this instance, prior to this, she'd never really talked about it before. At least to my knowledge. I might have missed that or something. But since this is her first time talking about it, I think it's fair that she just got like her 2 cents out of the way and then just like, yeah, just moved on with her life. Now, I feel like if she continues to talk about it past this point, then it's like, come on. But I think it's fair to get your 2 cents out and at least to get your side of the story, so at least people aren't building on a narrative and creating stories about you that you otherwise wouldn't be able to control if you just let it like you know, like, I can't think of the word.
No. I understand. And I think you brought some like very valid criticisms to the table, Art. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Yeah.
I'm gonna salute you. Peace out.
All right. Have a good one. Love the content.
Thank you. I gave y'all the promise of a lifetime. I'm gonna watch this video, gang. I stream for 3 hours on like Mondays and Thursdays. I could do this. Take me through there. Oh my god, why does it keep doing that? Lips dry. Y'all know we're snowed in. We don't got nothing else to do. Let's go ahead and let's tap into the video to see what we potentially missed out on. As far as contextually speaking, and shout out to the 450 plus that are still rocking with us. There's people that are saying we're missing out on a bunch of different context. Holy cow. I'm mad though. I know people are really taking this personal. I needed to get an ad off for this video that would have paid out pretty well. Man, I wish I would have been able to get that ad off on this one, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Folks mad at folks, but we need to get some bread. All right.
I believe it's January the 3rd. I just went and got my hair curled. I decided that I wanted to get up and kind of make myself feel good today. So, of course, this is a very hard pill to still swallow, but I realized that I cannot sit in it. So
I'm going to be honest with you. One thing that pisses me off about a bunch of these content creators is that they can afford so much better cameras. They can. Oh God, it's crazy.
I told myself we're gonna get up, we're gonna go get our hair curled. My curls have really fallen. I am trying to pick up on some weight. I am currently 108 pounds. So as this journey goes along,
shouts out to the girlies that's 108 pounds, no cap.
Because I do want to pick up on some weight. At the moment, I am trying to figure out what I want to do exactly for my birthday. Because like I told you guys, last year was
okay. I'm hearing words from the collective that I do have permission to skip to the last portion. The last portion being where she is laying in the bed. If you're 108 pound girly, are you doing the epitome? If anybody in here is small, are they into the epitome craze?
Kind of like gradually pull it off on both sides. Yeah, right there. Okay, so right.
That shit don't be working, gang. I'm not gonna lie. That shit do not be working. Here we go.
Before my birthday is at 12. And I really just woke up this morning on some shit like feeling like I don't want to go into my birthday with anything and everything that I do have on my test. I'm not even gonna sit here and speak on.
I've brought up Nala 40 times on this platform. I cannot continue to bring Nala up. It's not Ozempic. It's Epidement is like, helps that appetite. It's an appetite booster.
or talk about anything that was going on behind the scenes. I'm just going to speak on and talk about the things that y'all are putting on the fucking scene, okay? Y'all are doing this shit. I'm really tired of
like
feeling like I'm being played with, like I'm just some weird ass bitch that I am not. First things first, I seen a lot of people talking about the situation.
Sorry. 5. She's like 5'2".
Billing my Christmas list to Santa. That whole video idea was Kai's idea. Originally, I was going to do wrapping his car in Christmas lights. At the end of the day, that month, I was just trying to think of quick videos. He came to me one day and seen that TikTok trend going around, and he was like, yo, this would be funny if, you know, I dressed up and we did this video. Matter of fact, let me find the...
Now, before we continue on, yes, it's the opposite of Ozempic. I do want to say, when this situation went out, I definitely have tweets defending GiGi in this regards. I can pull them up if we need to, but I felt the same way. Like, this is a content creator ass idea to do, and this is a content creator ass way to like drum up the emotions and the feelings. If I had to give my 2 cents, which I was giving my 2 cents on this, I felt like this situation was like a super nothing burger. She's talking about the situation of the video where she reveals that she wants a G-Wagon and this, that, and the third. Or it's not a G-Wagon, but she wants this car, this bag, these earrings, these different things like that. And I watched the extended version of all of that stuff. To me, that was a nothing burger of hell. It was a nothing burger of hell. Like, content creators were creating content, gang.
Actual video that he showed me as an example. Hold on. Right here, this is the video. Shout out to Sanaya and EJ. Okay, shout out to Sanaya and EJ because y'all inspired him to want us to do that video, right? And in her video, she was asking for like cars. I don't know if y'all seen the video, but she was asking for like cars, bags, whatever. Mind you, the point of the video
The point of the video is to get an outrageous reaction from the person that you're asking for the gift from. That's the point of the video. You're supposed to ask for outrageous things, and you're supposed to put all these wanton stuff so they can do something outrageous. Like K-Com said, it was like the old Kai YouTube videos. This is like old. I'm sorry. It's hard to, especially if your appetite is affected by stress. Been trying to gain weight, but can't. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. And I know people have said like count calories and all this other stuff like that. Most people don't know that. For the smaller people, it is actually hard to gain weight. I had to eat. For me to seriously gain weight as an adult, I had to eat 4 times a day. Really like 5. I took one of those mass gainers. If you take one of those mass gainers, it might be helpful, but you got to train your body to eat those mass gainers. I promise you we're gonna,
to over exaggerate the items so your partner can have a funny reaction. As y'all know, around that time, Kai was not on the internet. Like, of course, everybody knew it was him, but he didn't want to like make it obvious that it was him. That's why he dressed up as Santa. That's why he wasn't saying words, or when he was talking, he was saying it in a deeper voice, or just things like that. The video was supposed to be funny. When I posted that video, a lot of people took the humor out of it, but a lot of people didn't. And then after this situation happened, it's like y'all are trying to drag that situation. That had nothing to do with it. Like I said, a lot of the items on there were just to exaggerate the video, but a lot of the items on there are items we talked about me getting already. And it really just pisses me off the way people be thinking they know your whole life behind a YouTube video. Like, when I tell you, I've seen everybody react to that video like it was just some overly bad shit. I am sorry that the things that we do or buy for each other are of more quality, but y'all will never make me feel bad for wanting certain things. Before Kai, I was getting shit. Like, I been had shit. I been told y'all this shit been going on. Why the fuck would I get in a relationship with somebody and then not want the shit that I've been already getting before I was with him? Y'all don't want to know the type of cars I was asking for my Sweet 16. Like,
okay, I do want to address this specific point, and I still want to address the weight gain thing in the chat, but this is also a point that I like wanted to elaborate in the video when I did do the live stream. But you got to build your appetite. Mass gainer helps, but you have to eat. Yeah, no, I'll say this. In the first like month and a half, 2 months of me doing the whole mass gainer, eating multiple times a day, I threw away a lot of food. I was eating like chicken leg quarters, rice and beans, and vegetables. Threw away a lot of food because you're just not trained and accustomed to eat like that. I think without trying, y'all should count how many times a day y'all eat. You probably only eat like twice a day, for real. You probably only eat like twice a day. And the only way that you'll even have the appetite to eat multiple times a day is if you're moving in excess, not going to work and moving. The only thing I can say is if you get active, the faster you get active, the hungrier you'll be on a consistent basis. And then you'll be forced to eat more. But nah, eating a lot and gaining weight is actually extremely hard. I sympathize with those that try to gain weight and can't, because they may not be comfortable or whatever the case may be. Body dysmorphia is real, y'all. Body dysmorphia. I can be candid with y'all. Even right now, I'm going through a little bit of body dysmorphia. Yeah, I'm going through a little body dysmorphia, but it's the real. It is what it is. I think ultimately I'm gonna get in the gym to sort it out, but it's something that I don't want to say struggle with, but it's something that doesn't go away. So, to what Gigi is saying, now I have an old adage. I have an old adage about like dating people within your tax bracket, dating people within your circle and circumstances, dating people with similar backgrounds, because you will avoid a bunch of uncomfortable ass conversations, things that are annoying to deal with. You don't have to explain your scarcity mindset about dollars and cents and money with somebody who also has come from a similar background. I think I've told the story 40,000 times on my podcast, but multiple times on this channel as well. I used to have conversations with the young lady who came from a different mindset and background as me. This was in my earlier slash close to mid 20s. I was talking to this young lady, and I did not grow up with like a silver spoon in my mouth or anything like that. So I was working going on three jobs, for real, for real. I was a tired young man. And in working those two going on three jobs, she was a person who modeled. She was a person who came from a background where two-parent household, her mother never worked. If she worked, she wanted to like do hair and interior design and stuff like that. She went to private schools. She took trips regularly. And so dealing with her, one time she hit me with my family's about to take a vacation and I want you to come. For me, vacations historically have been places that you can drive to. I've at that point in time I had flew multiple times in my life, but vacation is just like a 2-hour thing away or a 3-hour drive away or going from Georgia to Florida, something that's manageable. Me, okay, we'll go there for a day or two and come back. She said she wanted to go to Hawaii, then go to Pittsburgh, then go to New York, and then go to one more place and then come back to Georgia. But she essentially was going to be gone for 2 weeks and she wanted me to be gone for 2 weeks. And I said from there, like, I can't afford to miss 2 weeks of work. But this is how I knew like it could never work. But so I'm all for that. Ultimately speaking, if Gigi comes from, and this is, I thought people were projecting so bad on the TL. I really thought they were. If Gigi comes from a background where certain things are normal, certain things are custom, I think you would be wrong as a potential partner to then try to force your mindset and your upbringing and things onto her. Don't be mad at her um for wanting to have the nanny or wanting the man to, be the one that's 100% responsible for all the bills if that's what she's accustomed to and that's what she knows. I don't believe in that whole love is love bullshit. I don't believe in none of that stuff. These are certain conversations and questions you should have with your partner. And people always talk about, oh, you can date you could date who you want, date whatever you want, or whatever the case may be. Date whoever you could date who you want. That's fine and dandy. Just know that you're gonna have struggles that I don't have, because I'm asking my partner, hey, did you grow up eating Stofers? Did you grow up eating TV dinners, Hungry Man's? Did you grow up eating Pop-Tarts? Did you grow up eating a pot of spaghetti for 4 days straight? Did you grow up as a latchkey kid? Right? What extracurriculars did you do growing up? Um, did you I'm asking those types of questions. Why? Because I'm trying to make sure I don't run into any sorts of problems, because that's my background and upbringing. So no matter how much bread I get, if I have no bread or if I have a high amount of bread, I'm probably still going to be fairly attached to those identities that I grew up on. Some of them I may go away from. I'm not eating no Stofers and Hungry Man in the big 2026. But if I need to, I will bust open a pack of ramen noodles. And you're not going to make me feel a certain way because them frozen pot pies were so filled with water, gang. They were so filled with water. Oh my God, so much water. But you're not going to make me feel a certain type of way because I can't meet your standard because you didn't grow up on those, or you're not a leftover person. If y'all going to pop the balloon, or if you go on a first date, this is a couple questions you should ask. Really one question you could ask. It's 6 o'clock at night. We both just got off work. We're at home. Are you and you're hungry? Are you a sandwich or a bowl of cereal type of person, or are you a whole meal type of person? You need to eat a whole meal to be satiated with your hunger pains. And if they're like, oh, I need a whole meal, and you grew up on peanut butter and jelly sandwich, frozen chicken pot pie, a bowl of cereal, you don't need to be with that person. I'm just giving you a heads up. Let's keep going.
I was a 16-year-old driving a Benz. I was a 14, 15-year-old driving my parents' luxury cars to school. Y'all don't know.
Y'all know what I was driving it. I promise you this will be the last time I stop it because I keep going on these long monologues. Y'all know what I was driving when I was in high school? She said 16 years old. First of all, I wasn't driving at 16. I was driving at 17. But I'm going to show y'all what I was driving. Actually, I think this car was older than this. I'm about to... no, the car that I was driving was older than this. It was older than this. Yeah, I think this was it. When I was in high school, I drove a 1991 Ford Ranger. A 1991 Ford Ranger with the back seats. You know, the little you got your two back seats. Let me see if I get the back seats. This is what I drove. Now, I didn't go to high school in 1991. Yeah, these back seats. Yeah. These are the back seats that I had. Where it's sideways like that and knee on knee. I didn't grow up, and I grew up in an area where people did drive those fancy cars, Chargers and Challengers and stuff like that. You think my 1991 and 2014 Ford Ranger driving ass was about to date a woman who was driving a Benz to school? Fuck no.
Know me. Like, if I ask my for some shit, that's between me and my. As soon as we would put y'all in our business a little bit, y'all would take that shit and just run with it. Like, I ain't never had shit before. No, bitch, I been having shit. I been getting shit. Like, shit been going on and shit ain't gonna stop going on. Shit's still going on. Like, we're not together, but shit's still going on. Like I said, some of the items on the video were exaggerated items, but the car wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, I like nice shit. He like nice shit too. I just bought this nigga AP for his birthday. Just ain't buying APs. It's so crazy because I just told somebody the other day, like, yeah, like I gifted him an AP for his birthday. They like, what? Mind you, I haven't even bought myself AP. I haven't bought myself a watch at all. But me being his girlfriend and the way that he shows up for people and the way that he goes all out for people, and I'm not gonna say he doesn't get that in return, but 9 times out of 10, he's not really getting that in return. As his girlfriend, I just felt like it was up to me to show up for him. I don't even like to make shit about materials, but material is always going to be a part of a relationship when two people are established in life. Like, yes, he has surpassed where I am in life, but that doesn't take away from where I am. It was a lot of shit I was doing just because I just wanted to. But if I'm doing nice shit for my boyfriend, why wouldn't he want to do nice shit back for me? We did nice shit for each other. That's a part of a relationship. I'm not a bitch in a relationship that's just pulling from I never asked him for shit until
when she said people aren't showing up for him, intertwined with that conversation about materialism. That's why I kept saying leads with materialism and in the fashion of showing up. But let's keep going so we can see this pattern that's evolving.
it was time to ask for shit. Which is Christmas or my birthday, when he's asking what I want, that's when I let you know. Other than that, I let him do what he want to do. I don't ask for shit. I don't need him for shit. And they don't take care of me. Honestly and truthfully, I really don't even give a fuck that y'all had anything to say about that video, because at the end of the day, y'all will never make me feel like I don't deserve what I feel I deserve in life. When it comes to shit like that, I really wish people would just mind their own tax bracket. Mind your money. Mind your money. Mind the money that you spend. Mind what your is doing for you. Mind what your is doing for you. If a mind is doing certain things for me, why are you so concerned? Why does certain things concern you? Just because you're not doing it for your don't mean the next ain't doing it for his. Just like your ain't buying you AP, his was. Then to go on to the next video, when I did my mental health check-in and I was telling y'all that 2025 was really a rough year, but I still am going to count the things that I am blessed with. I still have been living wonderful, and the things that I have been experiencing were so nice. How the fuck do y'all try to make somebody feel like they shouldn't count the shit that they blessed with? In the beginning of that video, I literally was talking about how hard of a year I was having. Y'all done gave me a hard time this whole year. Being 21 was one of the hardest years of my life. But was I blessed with a lot? Hell yeah. I'm overly blessed. I am overly blessed. So I don't try to make the bad look bigger than the good. At the end of the day, I'm trying to focus on the good. Like, yes, a lot of bad shit happened. A lot of bad shit is still going on. And that's why I'm right here today. Before I turn 22 tomorrow, I don't want to hear shit from y'all. Like, after today, I'm not speaking on shit. I'm not talking about shit. Y'all know I don't even come to the internet with shit. I'm not no internet ass, but y'all are really on the internet making me look like a bitch that I'm not. And y'all know I normally don't say shit. And I wasn't gonna say shit, but I don't know. I woke up this morning feeling like The fuck? Everybody else get to say shit. Everybody else get to put their two think pieces in. Why the fuck I can't say what the fuck I need to say, right? Why can't I say what Gabrielle wants to say? First y'all say, oh, she's a gold digger because she's asking for a car. Oh, and she was draining him because she's talking about the things she's experiencing in life and how she's so blessed. Y'all want me to not feel blessed because y'all feel like another motherfucker is sad or depressed when that motherfucker was the same motherfucker on these trips and happy smiling with me, playing with turtles and goddamn playing with pigs and shit. Like, we was living the same life. We was both smiling. Now, do he probably have more things on his mind than I do? Yes. But that's a man. He probably is going through more shit mentally. But one thing I can say is, I don't know if he'll admit it today, but he admits to me, when he would be away from me, his brain would just be so full of chaotic shit. But when he's with me, this was his peaceful space. All relationships go through shit, so I ain't gonna sit here and say like, oh, I was always peaceful, because I wasn't. Like, as a girlfriend, that relationship really made me grow up in ways that I never thought I would have to, but I appreciate it so much because now it's like I know. As a woman, we are very emotional. When we don't feel like a priority in a situation, or when a
Let's get a better camera, gang. Let's get a better camera.
man can't prioritize us the way that we are prioritizing them, it makes us feel defeated. Well, it makes me. I'm not gonna speak for all of y'all, but if I'm pouring everything I got into my nigga and I don't feel like he's pouring everything he got back into me, it causes conflict. It makes a woman feel neglected, and then once a woman feels neglected, now there's problems, and that's okay. Relationships go through shit. Y'all done came out and said that I done cheated on him with NBA YoungBoy. I done cheated on him with YoungBoy. Then it went to YoungBoy bought the G-Wagon. Then it went to she's pregnant with his baby. So many different things, but I don't even fucking know this man. I don't know YoungBoy. First of all, y'all even putting me in a situation with a married man is so fucking disrespectful. Like, I don't know what YoungBoy and his wife or what YoungBoy and his family do or how they move, but I know how Gabrielle fucking move. Gabrielle ain't dealing with no wife. Mind you, I've always said I'm not ready for kids and I'm not dealing with no kids. I'm sorry. Like, my first has to be your first. Why the fuck would I step out on my boyfriend who don't have half the shit going on? No disrespect to him or his family, but that this man got going on. Why the fuck would I go mess with a man who has what? I don't know, 20 kids, 15 baby mamas, and
Not too much. Not too much. Sex be good. Sex be good. That's why you got all them kids.
wife. First of all, Kai knows I don't play that cheating shit. I'm the type of I'm going through everything that you got. I done seen so many people say, oh my gosh, what was in Gigi's phone that Kai seen? Not a motherfucking thing. My phone damn near ain't even had no password on it. The way that I knew my password, like I told this, if you believe any of that bullshit, you could take my phone to the fucking DEA, had them strip this motherfucker down. Matter of fact, take both of them. Take all of them. You want every other phone that I've had previously, I'll go look for them. Like, ain't shit in my motherfucking phone. The way y'all are trying to make me seem like I'm just this dog ass. I thought that was gonna be my husband. And y'all thinking shit funny. Like, shit really ain't funny. Like, that shit's not funny. I seen his friends laughing and thinking shit cute, thinking shit cool. Who the fuck laughs at their friend going?
All right, here we go. Now we're in the conversation. Hey, they say he got 11 kids. That's why I assume that's why people be having 11 kids, because sex be good. All right, listen up, chat. This is where pay attention. Oops.
Through a breakup, or who the fuck gets excited behind their friend going through a breakup? But then I thought about it. Every friend that fucking laughed or got excited was a that was on my dick. Deshae, why the fuck are you saying anything? I seen the clip where Deshae was like, "Oh, I was never a fan of Kai and Gigi. Kai needs to da 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 da." Of course you weren't a fan, my heart, because you wanted to be my nigga. Like, you wanted to be my Deshae. Let me give y'all a backstory on this Deshae. When me and Kai first got together, Deshae was calling and texting Kai like, "Oh, that's a little girl. You like her? Like, nah, bro. I don't think you should."
Yeah, no defense for Deshae. There was, I don't think anybody's saying that I was defending Deshae. I had nothing to say about Deshae.
Her, but was the main trying to fuck with me. Mind you, me and his sister were best friends from when we were like 13, 14 years old until 21.
Yep.
Deshae had been trying to fuck with me since I was like 13, 14 years old, since I met them.
This today,
and Des, you thought shit was so funny, thought shit was so cool, thought shit was so cute, right? You were so happy that your friend is now not in a relationship. But Des, you also were trying to fuck with me. It's so crazy how the niggas that are his friends that got up here laughing, thinking shit cute, thinking shit funny, and spoke on it was the niggas trying to fuck with me. Des, I just caught your ass the other day. Hold on, let's pull it up, because I just caught your ass the other day on my page. What the fuck are you on my page liking my shit for? Once I caught you on my page liking my shit the other day, I then went to your page, went to go DM you and tell you about yourself until I came across the DMs you have been sending me since 2021, Des. Hold on, where's it at? What they say? Actually, I'm just put it right here. I'm just put it on the screen. DTB Des goes to page. Cool. Mind you, Des was liking my shit on, what day is this? What day is this? January 16th. Today's January 20th. This was 4 days ago. Okay? You are so epic. Heart. I don't know what that emoji's supposed to mean. Y'all know, I don't know. But I know it don't mean nothing just friendly. Heart emoji. You're so perfect. I'm coming. Am I gonna be able to?
I want to see something real quick. I do want to see what era of Kai Cenat this was. Because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say these are like those Boston trip era Kai Cenats when it was like him, Talil, Punga, like Des, Talil, Punga, Des, Talil, Punga, Kai. I'm tripped out. But they were all going on these like Boston trips and doing all these different things. Holy cow. Okay, that's 2019, 6 years ago. So I need to go to like 6 years ago. I need to go 2 years. So 4 years ago, 6, 5. Hold on, chat. I'm just trying to see something real quick. I just want to see this. Damn, this nigga was posting. 4 years ago. All right. This is this era of Kai Cenat. This is Pranks in the Hood. At this point, he does have some sort of social media following, but these are the type of videos he's getting off. He is doing videos with Dez. He does meet up with Phantom at some point. I guess he does have a brand deal at this point too. But this is this era of Kai Cenat. And so this is the era in which this is pre-college, and then also college is when like he drops out and all that other stuff like that. But so I say all that to say this is the era in which Dez at some point does hit GiGi's line. Yeah, this is around the time of the blow up, the 19th birthday, private jet. I feel like also this is the time when he gets into AMP. So this is somewhere around this time time. This is still 2020, so this is the end of 2020 though. So right around this era is when all this stuff happens. I just wanted to point that out for people so they understand when exactly Dez is in these DMs. You know. Oh, she's talking to somebody else.
To see you. This was in 2021. In 2021, Dad, you was trying to get up with me like you been knew what was up with me. I didn't even know none of this shit till I just seen you watching my shit on Instagram. After me and your mans done broke up, right? But you think shit's so cool, you think shit's so funny. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Now that I remember, when I first started fucking with Kai, and he did some shit that really bothered me, and I stopped fucking with him. As soon as I stopped fucking with him, you was DMing my friend, telling my friend that you wanted to fuck with me. Not knowing, by the time you were DMing her, me and Kai hadn't already made up and came back together on some shit. So I let him know, like, yo, your friend don't know that we fuck with each other? And he said he do, but he asked me why. And I let him know, your friend is DMing my friend to try to fuck with me. He told me he checked you on that. Like, Des, you be so happy thinking that your friend is now single and is gonna be back outside,
Do I read chat? Yes, I read chat. Hold on. Let me catch back up, and I want to address this specific point right here in this conversation. I would like to know timeline on that specific conversation. All we have is what we have. That's wrong for Dez to do. It got checked. We've moved on. If this is at the beginning of the relationship, to have some more context about all that stuff, but since you were giving, this is, let me pull it up. Where's it at? It's not on this side yet. Oh yeah, it is. Star says, since you were giving bullshit hypotheticals to try to defend Dez, that was specifically in regards to those messages, not in regards to that specific one. Again, if they were together, then that's wrong when Dez did it. But at the same time, I need to know more about that timeline before I give some sort of in-depth analysis on that. I'm not saying I would do it. I know niggas that would do stuff like that. Specifically if it's not your girlfriend. If it's a girl you're talking to, y'all finish up. Yeah, I'm trying to fuck too. Pass around culture is real.
bringing around, I guess, when in reality, the shit that y'all friend do for y'all, that should be enough. This is about y'all not one, but two houses. Y'all are the shit that y'all friend do for y'all, that should be enough. This is when in reality, the shit that y'all friend do for y'all, That should be enough. This nigga bought y'all not one, but 2 houses. Y'all are on y'all second house from him. That house that y'all are claiming, oh, he didn't buy it, we bought it. No, the fuck y'all didn't. And call my bluff. I want to get on here and say, oh, she's lying, we did, but no, the fuck y'all didn't. Hello, it's me speaking. GiGi, I know the real. Y'all did not buy that house. Y'all ain't buy that house. Y'all ain't furnish that house. Y'all ain't do shit for that house. Now y'all do pay the maintenance on the house or the security on the house. Yes, as y'all should. Y'all live in it. But that house was bought by him. That house was furnished by him. So what's funny now? What are we laughing at now? And then I can't.
That was already known. That's not like the craziest concept. Again, this is the way that it was interpreted and the way that it's still being interpreted is I guess she's saying that they owe some sort of respect based off of the fact that there's a house being bought, but this is still like leading with like a materialistic thing. I don't know how. I don't know another way to read into that, to be quite honest with you. I don't know another way. I'm trying to figure out another way to read into it. I'm trying to figure out another way to read into it, to be quite honest with you. This is still staying in the lane of like materialism. And again, I'll send out the link so you can help me interpret this. But this is still staying in the lane of like the materialism is enough to build some sort of rapport and relationship. Mind you, Dez was the only one who, for the most part, she's saying this about, but now this seems like an indictment on the whole Clover Boys. I think there's more to a relationship than the materialistic aspect, but this is what Star is saying. She's bringing up this because conversation surrounding her exploiting Kai when it's actually the people that's claiming to be his friends exploiting him. I mean, I think what's also being misunderstood though is that like Kai is the one who was forthcoming about purchasing this house. And this house is a content endeavor of his own creation to expand the sphere that he has. He also uses them in his content. He also benefits from them being successful content wise. The house thing isn't like, again, the house thing is like a non-big deal. Kai and GiGi are both materialistic. Hey, I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. Just based off of the surface level knowledge that we know. Just based off of the surface level knowledge that we know. Muzi, would you? Oh, I missed it. Hold on, chat. It was right there. There it is. Her point is, don't call her a gold digger if others are receiving from Kai as well. At least she's willing to give back. But I think in that same vein, my bad. In that same vein, she's giving back in materialistic ways, which is what I was talking about. One, we have no evidence to say that they're not giving back in other ways that may or may not be materials, right? Like she's saying that they don't give him materials. Fine, we'll go with her word for it. There's other ways to give back in a relationship outside of materials. And then two, Kai also benefits from them having a successful content group and a content house. So we're not like, I hope it's not an indictment that they're like leeching off of him. I think that that's like what's kind of being said here. I could be wrong, but let's not make the indictment that they're leeching off of him when like he benefits from them being in this house. Does that make sense? Like the whole Mafia-thon 3, the last one, was based around all of them being in the house, them doing stuff as a collective and making content. I don't understand. Let's keep going.
Speak on Rakai because he's a child. But if I could speak to Rakai's mother, Rakai would be back in fucking Syracuse. Best believe. Not only has this bought 2 cribs and furnished both cribs, y'all just got bust down for the Mafia-thon. Y'all all just got a really nice fucking chain for the Mafia-thon. But when I'm out buying APs for his birthday, where the fuck were y'all? I didn't see y'all at the dinner. Y'all ain't get no gift. He ain't get shit from y'all. But I'm the parasite, but I'm draining him. It's me.
Okay, let me do. Shouts out to Grey Pill Pod. Kai needs to go to therapy, figuring out why he keeps finding the same wrong type of women in the future. No streamers, vet regular women only. I don't know if he's finding the same type of women. I don't. That's another one where I don't have enough information to say that, because for what it's worth, this is his first public relationship. The other people that he's found have been like, based off surface level, people that he's spent one night romantically with, or maybe transactionally with. So I can't say that those are the same type of women. I ain't gonna lie. I think that that's a bit of a stretch, but I appreciate the $5 super chat. I'm gonna keep going.
Y'all are men at the end of the day, and he's another man that's doing all of this for men. But y'all can't accumulate a couple dollars and shit, at least get him a book y'all see you like to read. Y'all could have got him a book, a journal, something. Hello. As much as he do for y'all, he ain't do half the shit for me that he was doing for y'all. And like I said, I'm not trying to really make it about materials, but if somebody's doing so much for me, why wouldn't I pour back into them how they're pouring into me? But I just want to laugh and kiki haha about me, about a breakup I'm going through over some dumbass shit I didn't do. Now,
again, I would just ask her, like, does she value, because she doesn't want to make it about materials, and she's combating the narrative that she's like a gold digger. But also in that conversation, because I think that's what Star is saying. Let me see. It's multiple chats. The point is, everyone is making money and benefiting from interacting with Kai, and no one is reciprocating the same way GiGi is. But she's the only one being called the gold digger and a user, right? And combating that narrative out in public. That's perfectly fine. I've also heard the narrative that Rakai and the rest of the Clover boys are like benefiting off of Kai as well. Like I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying when she's like, the reason why she's specifically targeting that point is because people are specifically targeting this point. If you want to also let me know that you're not materialistic, I would just ask her, like, if sure they may not be pouring into him from a materialistic standpoint. You have more insight on that than I do, because you may have asked, did anybody buy you anything for your birthday or buy you anything for Christmas, or have they given you an AP or anything like that? I guess that's what you may have asked. And his answer might have been no, or you did not physically see it with your own two eyes. My question is there other ways that they could have poured into Kai Cenat that don't align with like money? Like, is there other ways that they could have poured into Kai Cenat? I know you're trying to combat it from the monetary aspect, but I would want to know, is there another way that they could have poured into Kai Cenat? I would just want to know what the answer is. I don't know.
as for Brianna, the assistant, bring your ass to the front. I done had to check this one too many motherfucking times. I hate a bitch that can't keep her nose out of other people's business, that don't know her place. Brianna ain't shit trash but that BBL you hiding up under all them fucking clothes, you wide back ass bitch. Like, why the fuck do you insert yourself in our relationship so?
Let me tell you something about them women that be 108 pounds. That's how they get down with them insults. No cap. That's how they get down with them insults.
Much. I didn't told this, just do your job. It's your job to bring zebras and horses in the room. Why are you inserting yourself in my relationship? I'm not one of these little bitches he was fucking with before. I don't know what relationship y'all got to where you feel like you're so inserted in his love life. That's not your place. And I'm gonna speak on this too, because women.
Let me. Where is this? Is interesting. Now, I would be pissed too if the friends of my man are not showing up for my boyfriend. What does that mean? Because this is, everybody has different relationship dynamics. And so then the question would be, unless Kai Cenat, or let me just say your boyfriend, unless your boyfriend is explicitly expressing the fact that it is bothering him that his friends aren't showing up for him in said way, you cannot project the way that somebody should show up for somebody else. That's where you go wrong. And it almost makes it feel a little self-centered by saying, like, the way that I show up for such a person is more valuable than the way that another person is. Like, if I have a friend who shows up for me in a monetary aspect, they give me money, but another friend who I find is like my spiritual center, who I talk to for life advice, all these other things, my person who gives me money should not question my relationship with the other person. Like truly, it should not be. It should not be. And then I saw one more that I wanted to address. I appreciate this. It goes down. Oh, there it is. It sounds like she's been telling Bree to stay out of their business for the longest. I'd be irritated with her too. I think that that's a fine indictment as well. I think that she may have what's it called? I think she may have expressed those sentiments. But again, from the perspective of a Bree, if I'm also continuously being brought into those things, whether it's from her or whether if it's from Kai, or whether if it's from both of them, you can't then get mad at the end of the relationship when I've been brought into the relationship. Your anger is then, from my POV, misguided. You're mad at me because your man asked me my thoughts and opinions on this. What are we talking about? This person says, so if you're not gonna listen to the whole story, bro, I'm not gonna be funny. Don't react to the video. Don't go live. Real talk. What are we doing right now? What are we actively doing right now? Am I slow? Are we not actively are we not actively doing this? What are we talking about? I redacted? Is it me?
Women, your man should never allow somebody to be so comfortable to just insert themselves in your relationship. Anything we go through is between me and him. Why the fuck is your assistant so far in our business? That's not your job. I don't give a fuck how old you are. Oh, that's like my brother. That's not your brother. I don't want to say too much, but Brianna, please stop playing with me. And to Brianna's, I don't know if you can't see shit clearly. I don't know how long y'all been together because I don't.
Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all feel as though she would have had these sentiments if Bree was a man? Or do you feel like she would have these sentiments if it was about Kai's sister? Maybe about the sister, because I know that there's like this trope about sisters being weird, or whatever the case may be. But I do want to know if you feel like they would have this same sentiment if Bree was a man, and or if this was Kai's sister.
Don't get in her personal business the way she gets in mine. But baby boy, if you knew better, you would do better. I just want to be with him so bad. One time, me and him got into it, and yo, this is not funny. One time, me and him got into it, in the heat of the moment, two people be like, you know what, fuck this shit, and then we come right back together. So we get into it one time. She texts him like, we're gonna get through this like we always do. Anybody that really loves you is going to. Hold on, let me see if I got the messages. Let me see if I got it. I used to take pictures of shit just in case one day I needed them motherfuckers. Oh my goodness, hold on. Let me check this phone. And yes, I have two phones. Been having two phones. Nothing was in neither one. Damn. I don't think I took a picture of that one, but I got pictures of everything the fuck else. But yeah, she was texting him like, oh, we're gonna get through this like we always do. If somebody loved you, they would da 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 da. I didn't know being an emotional support animal was a goddamn requirement on your job application. Do your job. As for everybody as like Aiden or 6ix9ine or academics or just all of these blogs and pages and just weird ass people, y'all are wrong. I've never dealt with young boy. I literally said it. I guess everybody just overlooked my post and was just like, she did it. She actually, academics, I take that back. I think academics said he doesn't believe.
Omizi, you're so biased. OMG, she addressed men and women. So why would the sentiments change based on gender? I think she wouldn't. Again, there's a way that she addressed even Dez, as opposed to how she addressed what's her name, Bree. Same thing with Deshae. I don't think she would be like you. Well, maybe she would. Hey, I can't. Let me not stop stuttering there. But I don't think she would say like, oh, you want my man, or why are you in my relationship, and all these other things like that. So
it happened because they lied on him and said that it was him that stated it, and he said he never stated that. But yeah, as far as everybody else, y'all talking about, oh, she fucking with young. I've never fucked with young boy. I seen 6ix9ine say, oh, she's a chop. You are a male that wears wigs. Why would I ever give a fuck what a that is not comfortable with his own sexuality say about me? Baby, it's okay. Just come out. Kai knows my character. He knows.
Go ahead and skip that. We do not do that homophobia around here, brother. Yeah, skip that.
This is something out of the ordinary, but when he came back from the Mafia-thon, this is exactly how he was. He wanted to start reading books. He wanted to start getting into clothes. We went to Italy for a little over a month. I was up every day, every night, sitting there with him as he made them, as he designed them clothes, as he came up with this concept, as he was writing that book. He must have ripped the page out because the last page was fully of me. He must have ripped the page out though. But I was very accepting of this person that he's forming into because at the end of the day, I love him. And when you love somebody unconditionally, you're gonna love them for them and whatever comes with them. Like, it wasn't about who he wanted to be to me. I just really love him as a person. Like, now I'm about to get sad because this is unfortunate. Hold on, my camera's about to die. But before I make breakfast, I did want to finish up with what I have to say. It's so annoying when I see people say, oh, he's doing all of this or he's going through this because of the relationship that he was in and the breakup is causing him to change. And oh my gosh, this is what happens when a girl breaks a man's heart. I'm never the girl to break a man's heart, okay?
The rest of this is like not the most relevant. I'm gonna say this. My only problem is, Omar, that you made the video before you watched the whole video. It felt like you have not understood Gigi's POV. I'm gonna be honest with you. I consumed a good portion of this video last night / this morning. I wasn't about to watch an hour of this specifically when it came out. I'm not saying I wasn't up, but I wasn't gonna watch it when I was. Oh shit. Okay. I wasn't gonna watch it when it was like in its entirety. I hate when people say context as if context is gonna change anything. I would say the same thing that I said in that video again. If I could be a day later, I would be a day later. Nothing has changed based off of me watching the full video. Let's just say I consumed 80%, 70% of the content. The 30% that I'm consuming now, like, that's not changing anything. Omar, do you not see the people who are agreeing with you in the comments they are making? You are wrong, but accept that and be a grown up. Wait, what? Omar, do you not see the people who are agreeing with you and the comments they are making? You are wrong, but accept that and be a grown up. I mean, I am seeing some people that are agreeing with me, but I don't necessarily. I don't understand what you're saying. Look in the chat. Yes, I'm looking at people that are. I'm just addressing the people that are opposite. And that's fair. I listen, if this is the POV star, I understand what you're saying. I'll say this to Angel. Angel, if you would love to elaborate, I would love to hear you out. I'm gonna send the link in the chat one more time as we finish out this video. Because I would love to know where you think I'm wrong at. I'd love to know. We've had really productive conversation. Even the conversation that I've had with like Star in the chat, like I feel like that's productive. Even if we don't end up ultimately agreeing at the end, some things I've definitely conceded on, but I just don't know. Yeah, I'm waiting.
When Kai came back from Mafia-thon, this is who he chose to be. Before Kai left for Mafia-thon, we had an agreement and we had a plan. And unfortunately, when he came back, things changed, plans changed, and I was all for it. I'm all for people wanting to better themselves. I would never take that away from him. Like when he told me like he wants to read, he wants to eat better, he wants to work out, he wants to do certain things. There was never a bone in my body that felt like, oh hell no, I'm gonna go against him because.
Oh, Deshae responded to me? Oh God, I don't. I promise you, I don't. Oh, brother. Am I gonna be able to find it? Did he go back live? And I tried to avoid being on his radar. I actually don't want to be on his radar. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh God. This is so nasty. Can I ask you a question? What are these bots in the DM? Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find what Deshae said though. So like, what did Deshae say? How can I find what Deshae even said? To be quite honest with you, I thought he got off the internet. And if I search up his name, it's where's his Twitter account? Maybe he did it from his Twitter account, his updates page. It's on YouTube. He responded to GiGi. No, they said he responded to me specifically. Oh, my bad. Deshae responded, you should react to it. I read this wrong. Punctuation. I'm sorry. We did respond to Deshae already. We already looked at Deshae stuff. Am I right? I read that totally wrong. Because somebody in the beginning said that Deshae responded to me specifically. So I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, L Reader, one of the worst readers in the game. My bad. I read that totally wrong. Yeah, okay. I'm tripping. Somebody at the beginning of the stream when we were reacting to Deshae said that Deshae commented on what we said. So okay, I'm gonna keep going.
He's not executing the mission we had. I stepped back and I just was there for him while he put his best foot forward. I was in Italy with Kai for over a month. I've done nothing but support him. So the fact that people are like, oh, she changed him into this, no, this is who Kai truly wants to be. And despite me being hurt and despite things going on the internet with me, I can handle that shit. But when I see people talking bad about him, it just really hurts my heart. That shit is what breaks me. And I know some people gonna be like, girl, you so damn stupid. He's allowing people to say this and that about you online when it's okay, just because a person is allowing things to go on doesn't mean you should change your heart. You should change the way you are. Because honestly, I could be a cold, sour ass, but it's nah, I'm not, that's not me. I'm not gonna change who I am because of challenges or just certain things that I may face in life. And that's what people need to realize. A lot of people let situations turn them cold or bad or make them do things that they normally wouldn't do. And I think I just have some form of self-control where it's I'm still not gonna step out my body. I'm still me at the end of the day, and I'm still going to be me, and I'm true to myself. That's why when he felt like there was more to him than what he was doing, I was all for him doing whatever he wanted to do. I'm 21 and I know I don't fully know myself, but I know myself enough to know this is where I am and how I'm living is how I'm going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy because I just be looking at the position I'm in and where I am in life, and I just really be thinking, God, that's why I say y'all could never make me feel bad or make me feel like I should not be joyful about the things that I am blessed with. This is one of the worst times, but I still wake up every morning.
Yeah, the rest of this is not really relevant, to be quite honest with you.
This is me at 21 years old by myself. Don't get me wrong, when I pick up my phone and I see certain things, of course it brings me, it tries to bring me down, but it's as soon as I put my phone down and I look around and I realize what really matters, that shit don't matter at all. And yes, it hurts because this has caused friction between me and a person that I truly, genuinely love, despite if y'all want to believe that shit or not. I love that boy. I don't know where the fuck y'all went wrong or what the fuck y'all thought y'all seen. Y'all barely seen anything. We barely would post anything for y'all to see. I'm about to read what my partner that knows me and knows exactly how I am when it comes to cheating or when it comes to stepping out or when it comes to doing certain things. Let me tell you what he said. This is what I was saying. I said to you, I just can't do this anymore. For a day, then you have your security telling me that I could leave. You come to see me, only sit and leave, question mark. As long as I keep dealing with you. You only came by to see me once with quote unquote. And he said, sound familiar? I said, no. Did you just fucking chat GPT me? He claims he copied and pasted the message from the messages, but he can't show me the proof that he has because it's gonna give away his source. And like I told him, if you feel as though your source then told you some truth, why would I care who your source is? Your source is fucking lying. I didn't type. First of all, I told myself I don't even talk to you like that. And your source is dead ass wrong. Whoever the fuck typed that shit up or chat GPT, whoever the fuck did any of those things, why the fuck would you make me sound like a simp ass on a married man phone? Mind you, I got my own at home that I don't even talk like that to. Why the fuck would you do that? I don't know, somebody on his side typed it up or whoever the fuck typed it up. It being a fake message really pissed me off. But what pissed me off the most was why the fuck would you make me sound like a weak ass bitch? That shit pissed me off so much. That shit pissed me off more than anything. You come to see me, only stay 30 minutes. I asked you to stay the night with me. You never even said you would. Just give me a kiss on the forehead and leave. Stay the night? Vegas? I've been to Vegas one time in my whole life. I've been to Vegas when my little brother was turning 9, 10 years old. Matter of fact, I have proof. I have proof that I went to Vegas. And and it's so crazy. This had to be in 2020. I'm 22. So when my little brother was 9 or 10, okay, so I had to be 15, 16 years old. I'm 22 now. I was in Vegas, couldn't do shit in Vegas. My mom took us to the goddamn roller coaster shit. The shit you jump off the building. That's the only part of Vegas I've ever seen. I stayed at I remember outside of our hotel, they had water fountains and shit lighting up and doing shows and shit. I couldn't do shit in Vegas when I went to Vegas at that age. You can't find a flight with my name on it to Vegas since then. And at that time, I was living in LA with my mom. Ain't shit worse. Don't shit feel worse than some shit when you know you telling the truth and a motherfucker telling you lying. Okay, it wasn't 2020. Let's go to 2021. I said I was either 15 or 16. I know I was around that age because my little brother was turning 9 or 10 or some shit. Hold on, let's go to 2021, August 13. Boom. Oh my fucking gosh. August 12th, 2021. I was flying from Los Angeles, California to Las Vegas at 7:27 a.m. in the morning. My flight must have been delayed because my post was up at 9. But it was 6 a.m. that I was there, okay? This is me in the sky. Me in the sky. Oh, me driving. Look, my little brother, it was his fucking birthday, STK. We were at STK in Vegas. Look at him, smiling, big as fuck.
At this point, we're
Happy
probably
birthday.
farming.
So cute. 2021. This is the hotel I was telling y'all that I stayed at
On the
with the
live.
waterfalls, and we went home on his exact birthday. That is the only time I've ever been to Vegas. I told this man, I said, listen, we can go. I said, we can go sit down with an airport. I don't know who the fuck, DEA, FDA, CIA agent. We can pull every fucking flight receipt I ever had. We could take these phones and they can strip these motherfuckers down. Like, because when a motherfucker is telling me I'm lying and I know I'm telling the truth, like, I will go to the end of the world to prove that I'm telling the truth. He wouldn't tell me what it was at first that he so-called knew. This typed up ChatGPT ass message that I was sent. He wouldn't tell me what it was at first. But through the grapevine, I heard that he told somebody that this happened when we were in Italy and I had to fly to LA for my IMG campaign shoot. How you telling people one thing and you telling me another? And then when I confront you about it, you say, oh, it's when you were trying to pinpoint exactly when I could be doing stuff, but now you know I went to Vegas and now you, what? Who just makes shit like this up? Mind you, this is my life that is on the internet. This is my...
I just want to know, Star, Angel, am I continuing this? This specific, this last portion of it. I just want to know. It's only 10 minutes, but less than 10 minutes, sub 10 minutes, but because at this point I'm just farming what. Angel said no. Yeah, I'm farming watch time at this point. That's not entertaining. Yeah, I who else? Nobody, you know. I'm gonna post this in there last time just to give anybody the opportunity to tell their final pieces about the situation, specifically those. Angel said that I was wrong. I don't know. I think my overall sentiment still remains about like not putting any of this shit on the internet from anybody. I don't think we have rights to people's relationships. We weren't invited in. I know that people say this whole like I'm misogynistic because I didn't want to hear the last 10 minutes. It's almost done before she goes on her B-Day celebration. That's what I'm saying. It's sub 10 minutes of the rest of the video. So like, do I need to watch it before we can conclude? Am I gonna be a misogynist if I don't finish out the video? Star already has me as a misogynist. I just need to know am I gonna be a misogynist if I don't finish out the video? I just truly want to know. Oh, my man B Soul's texting me. Yes, I will be a misogynist if I don't finish out the video. Fuck. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I really wouldn't have changed anything that I said. I don't know, gang. What I will say though is like just because people put stuff on the internet does not mean that we have the right to say these insane things about them, jump to these conclusions, these narratives. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Star. These narratives and all these other stuff. Like I don't think that that's like what we should be doing. I don't think that that's what we should be doing. That's wrong. That's like crazy, super duper parasocial. I don't even give my advice because I even hate when people do that. Like I said, what you do in your relationship is not what I would do in my relationship. I give out my location. You know, others don't. Y'all think something's wrong with me for giving out my location. I think something's wrong with you because you feel like you got to swipe the card at the dinner table because you're a man, even if it's your girl's card. So, or even if it's your woman's card. I'm sorry. So, like, that shit's weird, gang. I don't know. But what I do know is from the standpoint and the extent that I will give quote unquote sentiments and statements and all this other stuff is like, yeah, this is like, we're trying to do this, but this is like not good. This is not good. It's not gonna end up with the result that you want to end up in. This is bad. Let me see something. For what it's worth, hold on. I want to go see something real quick. I'm sorry, because it's supposed to be raining right now. This is supposed to be the time where the storm is coming. I have misogynistic undertones for sure. As a star says, I'll say this. Sadly, I'm not even necessarily like refuting that. I'm a black male raised in the South. The way that like Western culture has conditioned us to speak, there's always going to be some misogynistic undertones and 98% of the verbiage. That doesn't mean that I don't try to combat that on a daily basis, though. It's a little crazy, though. I will acknowledge it. Hold on. I want to see something. I want to see if it's snowing outside. The snow that they said was going to happen. I'm not even trying to be funny. It's not even raining outside. It's not even raining outside, y'all. And it might start raining a little bit later, but it's yeah, it's not even raining outside. That's the most insane thing in the world. Wow, that's crazy. Hey man, it is what it is. Oh, maybe in Atlanta it's raining? I don't know. Hmm. Yeah. We'll see. It's like 11 o'clock, so it should be pretty, this is when they said it was gonna happen. From 8 to like 8 in the morning or something like that. I don't know. Y'all saying it's snowing for you. Walmarts in Atlanta are out of stock of everything, not even raining. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta, y'all. So I don't. If anybody else is in Atlanta or anywhere surrounding, do y'all see any rain or anything like that? I don't. Um, at the end of the day, because I'm in stream, we're gonna get out of here. It's snowing for me. Tell me where you are. You gotta tell me where you are though. At the end of the day, I think that a lot of people are stepping out of bounds when it comes to this whole relationship. And people do this quite often when they're talking about relationships online and the internet. And I could just give my POV because I think what Star is saying is true. I could just only give you my POV. Any public response carries risk, but silence carries risk too, especially when rumors keep circulating. She did the right thing. There's no way for anybody to make that definitive conclusion. She made the right decision, I guess, quote unquote, for herself, if she feels like that was right. From my POV, I don't think it's right. Just looking at patterns and trends on the internet and what people get out of these things. If you feel like she did the right thing, that's fine. We've been talking about her for the past going on 24 hours now. And I have seen some people, I don't even want to say flip script, but I have seen like a lot of positive around GiGi, but I've also seen a lot of negative. And now it's time for academics to be live, and that's carrying on. And I can almost guarantee you this will carry over into the next week. So, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't have did this every single time that I've seen people speak out on the internet about these things. It's not gone well. It truly hasn't. I keep harping on Shannon Sharp for opening a much bigger can of worms for himself and getting him into a heaping helping of trouble. So I appreciate everybody for sharing their sides and their opinions and their POVs. Next time we'll do a little bit more of a debate style where people can talk to each other or whatever. Matai, I mean, I sent the link out a minute ago. You just didn't. You haven't been up here. Yeah, I done been sent out the link. Yeah, and see now academics is saying that like GiGi is cheating with Little Baby's weed man, like stuff like that. I'm not getting into that. Like I don't know. It's the nastiest thing ever. It's super disgusting. I don't. That's fucking weird, gang. I can't lie to you. Let me send this link one more time. 'Cause in my household, we finna go to bed. I mean, it's power still, but we finna cuddle up. It's cold. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not acting like. Hello? Okay. Yeah, I sent out the link. I don't know if I'm not gonna hold the. Oh, well, I see. We doing today. Hello. All right, that's one. Lou. All right. That's two. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This has been. That was not the power. That was just me clicking the wrong button. I appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out. Next week, I have a follow up on Sneeko and Andrew Tate, the Sneeko Tate situation, because that has gotten bigger and crazier. I do also have a follow up on the speed video. I might have. Do I have it? Do I have that speed video? I have a follow up on Speed's video about South Africa, not South Africa, North Africa. I have a follow up in that regard. I do have a Logan Paul video that's coming out. The Logan Paul video, it's a scam that's going on, and I actually got on the ground and talked to some people from a trading card place. I did a on the ground interview to see how they feel about Logan Paul and the things that he is doing to the community. I'll give you a little bit of the Speed video. A lot of content creators covered I Show Speed's tour of Africa. It's more about the imitators who come behind him. So promoted the term wallahi, please, are using it recklessly throughout the
Where was he born?
This is about his time in North Africa, and we get into like some of the differences between the North Africans and his experiences in South Africa and West Africa, and even East Africa just a little
Multiple
bit.
times, in fact.
We talk about the racism that he faced and him getting hit in the head with water bottles. This is going to be a good video, I believe. Yeah, I mean, new videos every single day. I think I'm going to take a break tomorrow, though. I ain't going to lie. Hopefully we get a chance to take a break. Nothing was too crazy from this GG and Cox and that stuff, but ultimately it'll probably come out a little bit later that we should probably talk about it more. We'll see. But long story, less long. To cut the short shit short, I appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out. Shout out to everybody sent the super chat, all that stuff like that. We will see you guys on the next go round. Oh, wait.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Hey.
Oh, thank God. All right. I just been watching your streams, man, and I've been watching you since last year when it was like a lot of drama happening, but I just came here to say, yeah, man, you can't even really satisfy anybody with this situation. Like, no joke. And then I see people just saying like misogyny shit or whatever. I'm sorry if I'm like saying too much, but it just, bro, like that's really what the best thing you could really say. It's like this relationship shouldn't be in the internet in the first place. You talking more indifferent with the internet. It's like, God damn. It's like now it's people bringing this parasocial shit. It's just kind of. I'm saying this because I'm employed, so I got life. So seeing this, like watching your video, I didn't think that you would say anything crazy. You were just saying it on your point of view as like somebody that's around that environment. Like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know what she gained from that, but and whoever said like the misogyny stuff, like I'm black too. I was raised from the South as well. I understand it's very hard to combat that, but I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be in our part of our lives. It's just like I don't. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm sorry. Like this last minute, and you gotta go. You gotta go to bed and all that stuff. But man, it's just a kind of hard to really have an argument for nothing. Am I tripping for that? Like that's how I was trying to ask. Am I wrong for saying that we have an argument for nothing?
No, this is true unemployed news. Like this is peak unemployed news. But I mean, we're in it, so
hey, you got to make that bread somehow, man.
I mean, folks want to stay informed, so
hey,
and people have opinions about this stuff. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. But no, I appreciate it. I just cashed the link. I was like, oh, thank God I'm able to say something. Because I'm like, this is getting crazy. Like, it just came out of nowhere. You just stream it and people saying some crazy stuff about you. I'm like, damn, that's how crazy it gets.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. You have a good one, man.
You too. Last thing I'm gonna say before I get up out of here. If it is snowing where you are, please be safe. Don't do anything too crazy. I don't want anybody getting hurt or harmed. And then last but certainly not least, right now there's an insane organization running around doing harmful things to people. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. Fight your fight another way. I know that people who are frontline activists and stuff like that risk their lives, and I do appreciate you all. But sometimes your activism isn't needed in that way. You guys carry a stronger voice, so it would be much more appreciated if you survived. If you survived and fought another fight on the front lines. I know that is above our control at this point because of the way that things are unfolding. With that being said, just try to make it to tomorrow because the fight continues on and we need those types of people. So everybody be safe out there. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.